up in this bitch life. Yeah, I'm really talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. Hold up, yeah, walking this bitch like, hey, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey, bitch, I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. I don't talk, got bitches screaming. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though. Please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. Oh God. Walking this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. I'm the realest from my city. That's on money, that's on Kiwi, that's on mamas. Nigga, don't believe me, come and see me. I been dodging niggas, dodging all the fake shit. All these niggas working real, but I been getting paid, bitch. All the niggas know me from the street. Niggas asking for a feature, that's like every other week. Niggas talk behind my back, I keep my feet up, have a seat. Cause at the end of the day, all these niggas watching me as I walk up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. Oh God. Walking this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. Oh God. Walk up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. Hold up. Now, walking this bitch like, hey, yeah, I'm really him. Hey, hold up. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. Hold up.
The Chop Shop and Mint Mobile have partnered together to bring you some good news. And the good news is that Mint Mobile's cell phone service and wireless services are here, and they're here to save you money. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless services as low as $15 a month. That is right, $15 a month. That means you are still keeping your same speed, you're still having the same coverage, you still are able to use the same data that you use, but for the low price of $15 a month. Switching to Mint Mobile is totally easy. I mean, they've made it so easy. You can literally download your SIM card. They have an eSIM card program. You're able to download a SIM card to your phone, and immediately, within like 15 minutes, you can activate that SIM card and have a new line with Mint Mobile. For a special limited offer for our Chop Shop viewers, you can get the Mint Mobile services, the unlimited services. That's usually $30. You can get it for $15. That's 50% off. You're saving 50%. You're going to get the unlimited service for Mint Mobile for only $15 a month. Think of all the stuff you could do with a little bit of extra money that you save from your cell phone bill in your pockets. You can go to a Rockets game. You can, take your family out to eat. Like I said, nobody should be paying this much for cell phone services in 2023. The technology is too good for that. So make the switch today. Make the switch today. Go to the link in the description of the video. Support the channel. Check out Mint Mobile as we're partnering with them, and we're gonna keep dropping that heat.
What up, what up, what up, CSGs? How you feeling? How you feeling out there? What's good with it? Appreciate everybody for joining us over here at the Chop Shop live stream. We got a nice little topic today. If you haven't heard, ESPN, you know how they got ESPN writers and everything. They asked their writers to predict who will win like the awards coming up for the 2023 season, and we actually got a few votes for a couple of our guys. How y'all feeling out there? First and foremost, we got to get right to it, and we got to holler at all our new members and our new subscribers. So, starting off, AI Productions, what's happening? Appreciate you for renewing your membership. Johnny Johnson the fifth, CSG, we all we got. Appreciate you for renewing your membership. Lil Rec, appreciate you for renewing your membership. Young Average YouTube Friend, your average YouTube friend, what's up? Appreciate you for renewing your membership. Clone 33, appreciate you for renewing your membership. Zach Williams, appreciate you for renewing your membership. ODB, Appreciate you for renewing your membership. Edmund Kemper's Dartboard. Appreciate you for subscribing. Octay Akinchi. Appreciate you for subscribing as well. What's happening, everybody? Who we got in the chat? Put them up in the chat so I can holler at your boy. What's up, man? Look like we got I know it's Saturday night. People be going out doing their thing, but it's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. I had to come in here, chop it up with my CSGs. Got my boy Swaggy D in the building. Got my boy Mario Gonzalez in the building. Got my boy Smoke Dog Worldwide Coffee Time. What's happening with your Smoke? Appreciate you for joining us. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feeling out there? Now, my computer don't want to be great. They don't want to let me scroll through this article, so I'm going to have to read this article out to y'all. And let y'all know who voted and who got votes for some awards for the Houston Rockets this year. This is an article written by Ben Dubose. If you know Ben Dubose from Rockets Twitter, he is a insider Rockets writer, media member for the Houston Rockets. Rob Cortez, what's happening with you, baby? Appreciate you for joining us. And he wrote, I'm going to read the article out for you. This is not a very long article, so stick with me. It says, each year ESPN asks the many members of its summer forecast media panel to rank their top 3 choices for the NBA's 6 major awards. These involve a first place vote earning 5 points, a second place vote receiving 3, and a third place vote receiving 1. The awards debated for the 2023-24 season are Most Valuable Player, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, Most Improved Player, and Coach of the Year. And he goes on to say, as Houston enters what his hope is phase 2 of his franchise rebuild, the Rockets are still a relatively young team. Thus, expectations for team success remain fairly minimal, at least from the outside. But during this 3-year run of prolonged losing, the Rockets accumulated some high draft picks. With that comes expectations for improvement as the years progress. Thus, Jalen Green, number 2 pick in the 2021 first round, and Jabari Smith Jr., number 3 in 2022, each earned most improved votes. Smith drew particular interest after a brilliant 2023 summer league. And it say, here's a look at the categories where Houston received votes. For Coach of the Year, they got number 1 for Mike Daigneault from the Oklahoma City Thunder. He got 58 points. He got 38% of the first place votes. Number 2, Eric Spoelstra for the Miami Heat. He got 42 points. Mike Malone from the Denver, he got 18 points. Taylor Jenkins from the Memphis Grizzlies got 15 points. Jason Kidd got 12 points from the Dallas Mavericks. And we have 4 people, coaches with 9 points and for the top 6. And Ime Udoka received 9 points for Coach of the Year. So we got Ime Udoka. He's a candidate for Coach of the Year. Then we move on to the Most Improved Player. They got Cade Cunningham, number 1 for the Detroit Pistons with 81%. And he got, 81 points. He got 53% of the first place votes. Then number 2 is Houston's own Jabari Smith Jr. with 25 points. Jabari received 25 points over Evan Mobley for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He got 22 points. And Jalen Green, he got 16 points. So Jabari and Jalen ranked number 2 and number 4 for the most improved player coming into this 2023-24 season. That's good to know. That's really good to know. That means that even the outside looking in from ESPN, their writers, they expecting a huge jump from Jabari Smith Jr. actually for him to be number 2 for the most improved player. And then Jalen Green is right there with 16 points. He also got some votes. So those 2 players are getting national recognition. Like the article said, Jabari, I think it really helped that he had a good summer league to where they seen what he can do now, and they seeing him, he's starting to put everything together. Like I said the last time, I said I think Jabari Smith will have the biggest leap coming in on the team for the 2023-24 season. So your boy Space was spot on with that. They actually got Dillon Brooks up there too. He's in the 10th place. And Al P. Al P was up there too with he's in number 10 as well. So we got 4 guys. Jabari Smith, he leading the way with 25 points. Jalen Green, he got 16 points. And Dillon Brooks, he got 3 points. And Al P got 3 points. They got some votes for the most improved player. Moving on to Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year, they got number 1 is Chet Holmgren, Oklahoma City, since this is officially going to be his rookie year because he was hurt. Then they got Victor Wembanyama, of course, for the San Antonio Spurs. He got 77% of the 77 points, 42% of the votes. Scoot Henderson is number 3 for the Portland Trail Blazers with 53 points. And Ime Thompson with the Houston Rockets got 15 points. Then it's followed up with Brandon Miller and Asur. So I think it depends on health. Amen. And I think if Amen get a little bit more playing time than we expect, he could probably jump up. So Amen Thompson is number 4 for Rookie of the Year. By the end of the year, I think he'll be able to move up. I think he's going to finish at least top 3. So to review, we're going to review it. Your boy, Coach of the Year, Ime Udoka, he's top 6 for winning Coach of the Year. Most improved player, Jabari, is number 2, only trailing Cade Cunningham. Number 4 is Jalen Green. And number 10, well, both of them are tied for number 10, is Dillon Brooks and Al P to be most improved player. Then we got the Rookie of the Year with Amen Thompson leading it up. I'm surprised maybe Cam Whitmore ain't up here either. I'm surprised Cam Whitmore is not up here. Then, side note, it says the Rockets staff reportedly is impressed by Jalen Green's conditioning and fitness. So yeah, man, Jalen Green look like he's ready to go. Also, in other Rockets news, Jabari was working out with Kevin Durant, and he kind of was saying that he want to model his game after KD. So KP, I remember KP was in there and he was talking to Just Think, and they was kind of going back and forth over why Jabari would look crazy coming off of screens and doing Kevin Durant type stuff. And it looks like Jabari himself is trying to mold himself after Kevin Durant, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think that's legit. I think he should do that. I think he should do that. We seeing he's starting to create more for himself. He's starting to have a little bit better handle on the ball. We seeing that he's making quicker decisions with the ball. He's coming off and snaking screens, getting the mid-range. high post, on the elbow. He's shooting. He's trying to get that KD-esque range. He's trying to. I think probably by if he continue to work at it, I don't think he'll ever be Kevin Durant as far as the fluidity of his game and what he does. But I think he can operate in the same space as KD. Take some of them pointers. They're both 6'11", almost 7 feet tall. He can actually shoot over guys like Kevin Durant does. I think that'll be legit. I think that could be a real good option for him. Who came and crept in the back door? E.F. Hutton, what's good with you? Shark Shock, what's happening? Who else came in? Sigga Miggs, what's good, Sigga Miggs? Straight Real, what is happening with you? What's happening with you? Mario Gonzalez, what's good? And Static, my boy Static came through. What's good, Static? Let me read off some of these comments real quick. Let me bring up the. How y'all feeling? Who do y'all think will actually probably get one of these awards since they're starting to cast votes for them? Shark Shock says there should be a most improved team award. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad award, bro. That really wouldn't. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Hopefully we can get that. Because I'm looking for a big jump out of us coming up this season. Rob Cortez, he said, Swaggy, I can see that if older guys like LeBron choose to sit out. Let's see. E.L. Hutton, he says, they gonna hate on Houston regardless. He said, I bet on Coach of the Year. I hope Ime do come in and really change the culture and change it up and make everybody look good, man. Then we probably have a few more guys up here. I'm surprised KPJ wasn't in nowhere on the list. Even Tari as far as most improved, but I guess you can't vote the whole squad in there. I think Tari probably got a case. I think probably by the end of the year, Tari will probably move up in those rankings, at least for most improved, and we'll hear his name starting to circulate. Swaggy D says, Rob, that's what I'm thinking. Some guys will sit out, maybe Dame, Bron especially, Book maybe KD, because I think Suns are going to be really good. What y'all talking about, the play-in? Static says, don't be surprised if Şengün or Smith take that leap and go for MIP, especially their storylines. Both look very polished this offseason. Yeah, I think the writers, I think what's kind of encouraging, what's kind of weird at the same time is the national media is starting to pay attention to us. We've been like in the dark days of Houston Rockets basketball for the longest, and nobody was really paying attention to us. I think getting Ime, drafting Amen, and getting Cam Thomas to go along with these, I would say, rising stars that we have already on the roster, we're starting to be an intriguing team with the additions of Fred VanVleet and Dillon Brooks. Now, I was kind of surprised to see Dillon Brooks up there for most improved player. What do you exactly think Dillon Brooks would get better at under Ime to have him up there for like most improved player? I'm wondering, what do they see? Do they think he'll have a better shot selection? Because he was a hell of a player last year as far as defensively. I think what held him back a lot was like his shot selection, taking wild shots, in early in the shot clock. He kind of shot Memphis out of some games when it got down close to crunch time, but Memphis was a good team. What do you think he would have to improve on to even be on this list? Because That's what I'm kind of wondering. It's not like he's a young guy, like a second year player or third year player. He's been in the league 6-7 years already. So I'm intrigued to see what do what are they looking at? Like, what's the criteria almost to say Dillon Brooks will be your most improved? What he's gonna do under Ime Udoka that he didn't do under Taylor Jenkins? Like, I'm just wondering. I'm wondering what more can he do? I'm guessing offensively, since he was a second team defensive player, second team All NBA defensive player last year. Is he gonna get better defensively? I think that's a possibility. I wouldn't say it's not, but I'm assuming that they're looking at it like he's probably gonna have more opportunities offensively to show what he can do offensively, and I'm not sure if I want want that. I just want him to bring that dog mentality, stay locked in on defense, show these guys how to be defensive pros more than seeing what he can do offensively, because I think we got a lot of guys offensively that can be good, and that can carry our offense. One of our biggest weakness last year was our defense. So if he can come in and get our defense looking better than last year, then yeah, I can see it. Now, one thing I would say that probably help him boost up a little bit. If we go from the bottom of the bottom defense from last year, we didn't really add too many defensive guys in the offseason. So if we make that leap from 31 or 30 to like top 15, it's going to be hard to say, or top 12, top 10. It's going to be hard to say that wasn't from Dillon Brooks and what he brought, especially if he's taking on the best guy every night. He's actually starting to play better in the FIBA as well. Like, I don't know if y'all seen it, but he actually was locking up Evan Fournier and against France. Canada actually, they came back behind like defense and they ended up blowing France out. And a big part of that was Dillon Brooks and what he was doing on the court to bother their guards, because Evan Fournier was just out of there. Yeah, Sigga Miggs, Lou Dort too. Lou Dort. Canada got an all right team, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Canada probably beat us, because they got some defensive dogs over there. But yeah, Dillon Brooks, he's starting to, I guess, early in the FIBA, I guess they was friendlies and tournament. He didn't look that hot. He really didn't. It looked like he was just coasting. He was out there playing just to play. Like, he wasn't focused. We didn't see the defensive intensity. We didn't see none of that. Now it seems like he's warming up. I guess starting to get acclimated to these guys that he's playing with, and he's starting to make an impact, like what we expected. Because the first few games, they was like, ugh, Dillon Brooks. Well, as a Rockets fan, I kind of got worried, like, oh man, I hope he don't bring that play to the Rockets. You know what I'm saying? But it looked like he's starting to hunker down and play better. Now, let's talk about like the coach of the year. What is it that Ime is gonna have to do to really get heavy consideration for it? Because if we just make a 10-game leap, if we go from 22 wins to 32 wins, that's not a criteria, really. That's not enough to say, hey, he's the coach of the year. Now, for him, I think for him to get in top 3, we would have to be like play-in, playoffs, or better, above 500 sort of a team. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Let's see. Let's get some of these comments coming right at you. See what y'all talking about in the chat. One more comments. Okay, there they go. Rob Cortez says, "What do y'all think on number of wins for MA to win?" Oh, look, you took the you took my question, Rob. Yeah, I think it's gonna be 40 plus 40 play in. I'm right around there. It's for him to get heavy consideration. But you know, usually the best team with the best record, the coach, they usually the ones that get it. Every once in a while you'll see a lower team coach that changed around the organization we actually get consideration. Rob Cortez says, "I think Jalen, Şengün, and Jabari will have big years, but I think it'll end up being Jabari's season." Me too, man. Me too. Sigamig says, "Our man is winning Rookie of the Year. Book it already." Rob Cortez says, "Our man needs the PT. I hope he plays well enough to force it." Me too. Straight Real says, "What's crucial is how strong we are in the paint defensively. Can we win the boards too?" That is gonna be big. Londell, he's not a slouch, and Şengün, he can actually rebound. I think a lot of people talk about his defense, but I think he can actually rebound pretty well. Jabari, he started actually rebounding pretty well, pretty good as well. So I don't know. I think because I know a lot of people like to brag that we was number one in offensive boards last year, but we missed so many shots and we didn't get back on defense that it was like one of the key focuses that Silas had really implemented was crashing the boards. And our defense of transition defense actually suffered from that. Because when nobody getting back on defense, they was all just crashing the boards. Let's see. Static says Jabari with a handle will be fire. Facts. Mario Gonzalez says, "I think Bari has looked best in the post and attacking aggressively the rim already." Static says, "Yeah, but Bari came in the league as a perennial three-point shooter for his position. One of the best shooters in the draft." Facts. Sigamig says, "In my opinion, I think Ime has the most likely case if he turns this team around." I wouldn't argue with that. But they got him down low. They really do have him kind of low. Number 6. They saying like Jason Kidd. I don't know why I don't like Jason Kidd as a coach, but they saying Jason Kidd is probably gonna get it over him. I guess because he do have like MVP type player in Luka, and you know usually MVP type players make the coach look good. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I'm pretty sure that got a lot to do with it. DJ M60, he says if Jabari improves his handles and hit between 35 to 40% from deep, I can see him getting most improved. Facts. JNRZ, what's happening with you? Mario Gonzalez says, "I like the 3, Bari, Green, and LP for MIP. KPJ could make a strong case for 6-man of the year." Facts. JNRZ says, "God bless Chop Shop. Hope the day is good. Our man for Rookie of the Year." God bless you too, man, JNRZ. Siga Miggs, he says, "Helps Houston is a big market too." Yeah, but we get treated like, you know, redhead stepkids a lot for some reason. By the national media especially, we get treated bad. Like we're not a big market team. Let's see. Rob Cortez says Brooks better be taking less than 7 shots a game. Damn. You don't want bro shooting at all, huh? You don't want bro shooting at all. Rob Cortez, no, my bad. Static. My boy Static says if Rockets touch playoffs without a play-in, it would be robbery for Ime to not be coach of the year. That is facts. If we get like six C Charlie says, 6C Charlie, he thinks we're gonna be in the playoffs, not worried about a play-in. He thinks we're gonna be there. And if Ime can get us there to a 6 seed, he's definitely got to be coach of the year. I think that would be a robbery to come from the basement, from the bottom of the bottom, and he get up there and get us to a straight playoff berth without having to see the play-in, bruh. He's got to be coach of the year. I think he would be robbed on that court, Static for sure. Rob Cortez says we were so bad on the silence. If Ime ends up winning, he owes him dinner. He owes Silas a dinner. Shoot. Silas, man, I ain't gonna get on Silas. Rob, don't make me get on Silas. I ain't gonna get on Silas. DJ M60 said KPJ for MDP, most disgruntled player. Oh, come on. Come on, fellas. Come on, man. Most disgruntled player. You think KPJ gonna be that bad, bro? I think Ime gonna control the locker room the well. He's gonna get KPJ straight. I don't think we're gonna see a whole lot of misbehavior from KPJ. I think he's gonna unless he's upset with his role. Now, don't get me wrong. There's always a possibility that KPJ believes he should start because he's been starting. He was really the first piece to this rebuild, truthfully. Right after Harden left, we brought in KPJ and we catered to him and we tried to make him be, I wouldn't say a superstar or a star, but we did try to make him fill some big shoes. And he went through a lot of changes, and from going from small forward to shooting guard to point guard. And he's been here like one of the longest out of everybody. And for him to get benched, I can kind of see where he probably would take that as a slight. Now, I think he should be benched too. I think he should be a six man coming off the bench. But if he don't buy into it, I could see maybe he kind of cause some static, man. He might cause some static. I'm hoping that he don't. I'm hoping that he didn't matured enough. I'm hoping that he didn't grown enough to where he understands that this is not the KPJ show. I know he calls himself the head honcho. And how you gonna be the head honcho coming off the bench? How you gonna be the head honcho coming off the bench? And I'm hoping he don't put a damper on what this team could be because he's not satisfied with his role. I'm hoping he don't do that. I'm hoping he don't do that. Rob Cortez, he says the truth is if KPJ buys into the role, that adds about 5 wins to the record. Facts. Fact. Shalise Carter, what's good? Said good evening, Space Goes. I don't think anybody will on the Rockets team will win any award. Would you hear earlier in the stream when I went through the votes? Because there really actually was a vote from ESPN, just by ESPN and their little media player. Oh yeah, you was here? Okay. Cade Cunningham is the only one above Jabari Smith. So if Jabari come out and perform well and Cade Cunningham kind of take a step back because he's not all the way, back from injury or what's the name? Man, I just forgot his name. If he looks better than him running point guard, then maybe there could be some type of issue with him. You know what I mean? Like if man, what's his name? I blanked out on his name. Little athletic dude. Why can't I remember his name? Help me out, chat. What's his name? The little point guard that they got next to Cade. Man, I'm blanking on his name. Let me know. Ivy, you right. Appreciate you, Swaggy. Yeah, Ivy. If Ivy come out look like he's running the offense better than Cade, Ivy's good, man. I was real impressed with Ivy the last few times I seen him play. If he's look like he's outperforming Cade, then maybe Cade drop a little bit and Jabari elevates. I think what probably put Jabari over Cunningham in a sense is that Jabari, even though Cade can play defense, I think Jabari, if he puts up nice defensive numbers as well as being good offensively, then I think he can actually leapfrog Cade in that standing because he wasn't too far behind him. He wasn't too far off of him. So I'm hoping Jabari get it. I'm hoping Cade Cunningham get it. Now, we got to remember, Jabari, Jalen, Şengün, and Dillon Brooks, they're all fighting for the same award. So if any of those four get it, I'll be happy, truthfully. Because that means that most improved, that means we had a decent season, and either one of them was a key contributor to us being good again. So that's why I'm at with that one. Now, I would hope, because, everybody knows Jabari is my guy. I had him taking the biggest leap. I wouldn't mind Jabari winning it because him or Jalen, truthfully, because Jalen, they just had so much negativity swirling around him to where if they come and win an actual NBA award, that it wouldn't just silence the critics, but the critics would have to wait and then move the bar, move the goalpost. They would have to move the goalpost to, let's see if they can do it in like the playoffs or if they can win a championship. At least they'll know that they're established good players. That we didn't bust. We didn't draft 2 busts. You know what I'm saying? So either one of them would do. I think Şengün, he's already gotten a lot of attention from the national media. Maybe that's why he's not up higher up on it, because I was like the same way. Şengün would have to be phenomenal. I think he would have to be phenomenal. And like somebody said earlier, maybe he become like an all-star. If he become an all-star, then he'll probably be an all-star and MIP. I think that all-star level is where Şengün would have to get, because most people know he's a good player already. Jabari, the way he started the season, the way he just looked like he was a bad player. So he got more room to grow. He got more room to surprise people. And Jalen as well. If Jalen just come out and just dominate and he's efficient, then he'll be able to shun some of that negativity that's just swirling around him. But I really hope Jabari or one of our guys get it. I hope one of our guys get it. Rob Cortez says, I'll go further. If this time next year there's one complaint from us that shows we had a good season, it'll be where Piss Porter isn't top 3 in the 6-man vote. Facts. I'm hoping KPJ got his mind right, man. Put it like that. I hope KPJ got his mind right. He accepts any role that's given to him, and he try to fulfill that role and play to the best of his ability to help his team win, because this is a team game. That's what I'm hoping from KPJ. If he starts, he starts. Maybe just think is right. I doubt it because just think one of the bench Bari, and I don't think that's logical for us to bench Bari and insert KPJ at the 3 and play Dillon Brooks at the 4. I think that'll just be no. I don't think that. But to each his own. Mario Gonzalez says Bari will be a beast this season. I hope so. My boy 6C Charlie, he says, what do you think about us picking up JaVale McGee? I like JaVale McGee. And I see that the Mavericks didn't pick him up. They didn't sign him again. He's a champion. He provides rim protection. He can catch alleys. He's a veteran that can teach these guys how to win and be. I wouldn't mind JaVale. I wouldn't be mad at it. I definitely wouldn't be mad at it. Rob Cortez says Jalen making the All-Star game will silence the haters. I think you right. Of course, I think if you make an All-Star, you can't. Where the haters at? Like the haters is just gonna be looking dumb. And you say Al P too. Yeah, of course, but I think if they win an NBA award, that means, hey, they're just as good. You know what I'm saying? All-Star is in the future, so they just can't start like hate, bro. They can't just hate on them. They gonna have to just shut up and put up with it that they was wrong with their pre-assessments. Of our Rockets players. Like, we're not as bad as they thought. It was, I hate to say it, it was the coaching. It was the tanking. We had the tank. I think all of that was hindering people from really seeing that we got good players. We got good players. Rob Cortez, he says 2010 and 8 will get Al P in either the MIP or All-Star game discussion. 2010, hell yeah. 2010 and 8, he better be an All-Star. 2010 and 8, I done seen guys like with similar numbers, but we done seen guys with similar numbers get shafted too. But with 2010 and 8 and we take elite, I think that'll be he'd probably be both of them. With them numbers, bro, not too many people. That's almost a triple-double. So if he can almost average a triple-double, he's got to be in the All-Star game. But we do have a lot of bigs in the West that he's going to have to contend with. Anthony Davis, Jokic. I said Zion at one point. Depends on how healthy Zion is going to be. And because they got forwards too. Rudy Gobert, if he's putting up a good defensive season, usually that'll get his nod in the All-Star game. But 2010 and 8, you gotta, bro. He gotta be somewhere up there. He's gotta be somewhere up there. My boy, War Rock Coffee Time. My boy Smoke, he says, you built for this Dub 100. Appreciate that, Smoke. Appreciate you, bro. Good looking out, coming up and checking out the live stream, man. I'll be jumping in your streams too, man. I'm gonna start commenting, but I'll be kind of lost on y'all, your little beef y'all be having in there. Appreciate you for joining us, man. Sigga Miggs, he says we need the K-pop stands to vote our dudes. Yeah, man. Hey, I think Şengün's gonna be in there. I think Şengün is gonna. He's got enough fans to where Şengün. I don't think votes would matter because I think his fans is gonna come out and vote. If he's having a good season, then he's gonna get voters to vote for him. Shangun would have a great, great, great chance because he got a die-hard following. He got a die-hard following, bro. E.F. Hutton says, yes, that's 8 assists. Center is epic. Yeah, man, you don't see too many centers average 8 assists. I mean, Jokic and who else? Not too many people, man. Not too many people. Rob Cortez says, hit them like button. Man, what my likes looking like, man? Hit the like button if you in here chopping it up with your boy. You know what time it is. I'm supposed to bring up my CSGs. Come up and chop it up with me. You know I got to get y'all takes off in here. I want to hear what y'all think. Of course, man. You know how I got to do it. You know how we rock. Got to get my CSGs in here. Hold on. Let me get the link for y'all. Let me get the link. Okay. I had it. Then I lost it. I forgot I closed out that one. Let me get it. Brown Xman said Shangoon for All-Star. Okay. That boy Shangoon, I told you, man, Shangoon got some die-hard fans, man. They gonna come out for boy Shangoon. Alright, I got the link for y'all, man. Here we go. Come on, link. There y'all go, man. Come on up and holler at your boy Space, man. Come on up and get your takes off. You know how we do it. Let me know when you're in the building. Shalise, what's happening with you, Shalise?
Hey,
What's good with it? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Can't complain. Can't complain. How you feeling about? Now you can go in more in depth of what you were saying in the chat. You know, how you feeling about the awards?
Um, I don't think we gonna win anything. Cause like I don't know, like every time I get my hopes up about us doing something like good like that, they always find a way to like poop on my birthday cake. You know what I'm saying? Like I see us in there, but I just feel like they gonna find a way to not give it to us. They even did that with Harden when Harden was here. He was supposed to get MVP, and then he didn't get it. It was given to someone else, even though he deserved it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I feel like the only way that, especially for sake of argument, like Ime Udoka, like we literally would have to be like bomb, like 60 or above, bomb, for him to get to Coach of the Year. There's no way. Like if we make play-in, they're not gonna give him nothing, and it's only because he's tied to the Rockets. Like you said, we get treated like a stepchild, 100%. Jalen Green getting dirt thrown at him because he's a Rocket. Harden used to go through the same thing. It's just what it is. It comes with part of the territory.
I hear you, man, because I think one thing with Harden, I think it was his style of play to where a lot of people just didn't like. Cause you used to hear like, oh, he's a one man show. He ball hogs. He does this. He don't play the game the right way. But I agree with you. He should have won like at least 2 MVPs. At least 2 MVPs when he was in his prime. And I'm hoping you're not right, but I wouldn't be surprised if you are right, because it's something about Houston, man. They don't give us our due respect when it comes to awards and stuff like that. So I hear what you're saying, and I definitely agree with you. I'm just hoping, man, maybe the times has changed a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hoping out. We'll see. We'll definitely see. When all of the results come in and we balling, man. I think they can. How can they deny us? Because we was so bad, and then if we turn around and get really good,
Because
within the
they
season.
want us. They want us to stay bad though. Like that's the whole point. Like, how dare you put Cade Cunningham above anybody? Like, bro was just hurt this whole year. Like, I don't care who's playing next to him. I don't care anything about it. Like, how dare you? That is totally disrespectful. Like, what is wrong with you, sir? Like, okay, you really
Yeah.
about to put bro who ain't even been on, like, okay, Jabari may not have been used, and bro did great in the summer league. So bro clearly is this he been this from day one. It's just our coach was a hill of beans. But you know what I'm saying? So he basically proved himself. Kate Cunningham ain't did nothing. He been hurt. So how do you even make a list when you weren't even here most of the time? Like that's baffling. Like I would have took anybody else in front of Jabari and Kate. What has he done? Nothing.
I ain't gonna argue with you on that one. I'm not gonna argue with you on that one. Maybe like since they got a new coach in Monty Williams too, Monty Williams are their coach now. Maybe they thinking he's gonna take some type of leap. He have always been, I don't know, ranked above Jalen and these guys. He is the first. He's the number one pick. Maybe third year leap. Usually guys put it together in the third year. But I'm with you. He was hurt. Um, what have we seen out of him to make us think that he's going to be the most improved player? I think being in the select team and the way he looked and doing the select team, it looked like he was healthy. It looked like he was playing good ball. But that's still not basketball games. So maybe
Yeah,
that had something to do with it.
like at least with Jalen, we can at least say like, okay, like you got problems doing this. That's a problem. Okay, you're good at this. Like, okay, like we can say that. Like we can't say this about this guy. At least not this year. I can't speak for his first year, but what about this year? Like you were not here, sir. I don't understand. I just that's what I say. Like it's just they just come with the territory. They just not gonna give us nothing. They always do. They always pull this. They always do it. It's just part of the territory. They just never do what's right. They always gotta put us at the end. Always. Okay, and cool. You got all four players in there, but it's all just a game of pawn. It's not even really just we ain't getting nothing. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Come on,
You could keep
Shalise.
your receipt. You keep your receipt. We gonna see who right.
Come on, Shalise. Well, if your pop 6C Charlie is right, somebody gonna be getting some awards on this team. I'm hoping.
If we get 16, it's gonna be Ime getting the award.
Who that single?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Over 40 wins.
So you think, like I had asked earlier, what do you think exactly? I think you probably get some mentions if we get like 40 wins. I think he would have a legit shot if we do get like 6C Charlie said. I think if we do outright make the playoff without having to go through the play in, then I think legitimately he should be top top three, top two, almost. I think he'll have a legit argument for being the coach of the year for sure.
I agree. I agree. But they just hurt me every time I get my hopes up about
Hold
that.
on to
Like
hope. Hold on to hope, Shalice. This is a new era. This is a new era. Maybe um, that old mindset of how they used to view us. Maybe it goes away. I'm hoping. I'm gonna hold
the
out.
re-
I'm gonna hold out a little hope. I'm gonna hold
the
out a
reason
little
why I
hope.
feel like it's not is like even when we got Ime Udoka, they didn't even talk about it. But then when the Pistons got Monty Williams, they was talking about it. But when we got Ime, nobody said nothing. You can hear a rat fart. That's how bad it was. Like nobody said anything, and it's because they really didn't want us to get him. They wanted all the other teams to get him.
I think he
Yeah.
got a fair amount of media coverage when he got here. Like ESPN was talking about, everyone was talking about him coming
When
here.
he hear what you said. You said when he got here. I'm talking about when it broke. The Rockets got Ime Udoka. On them, Stephen A and all of them, you can hear rat fart. They didn't say nothing.
I think they mostly talked about his his previous
I was
fires
about to
in
say that
Boston.
they really was
Yeah,
talking about more about his past and what his days in Boston, entailed, and because they were still, I kind of agree with Shalise because they didn't really say what can he really bring over here and help these guys out. They were still talking about, oh, the scandal and the lady, and like they was trying to get all kinds of juicy details just to
And
get some
I'm gonna
clickbait.
be perfectly honest with you, bro. Whatever you doing on your, you know what I'm saying, on your personal time, that's between you and her. I just want you to come over here and do this job, though. That's just what I want you to do. I want my team to be popping. Whatever you do outside, that's between you and outside. Just don't, you know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say. That's not like, to be perfectly honest with you. That's how I feel. That's how I feel for Tina. Was like, hey, look here. Whatever you doing on that, that's between you. You know what I'm saying? We gonna dap on it. Boop, boop, boop. You just gonna come over
Yeah,
here and do this job, though.
I mean, it's not like he, you know, raped anybody. It was a consensual relationship between two adults. So I
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah, yeah, that's I guess it was just the optics of it all because she was married, he was married. But like you said, hey, they gotta answer that to God by that. We can't hold judgments on that. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you, Shalise. As long as he don't bring nothing out the way over here, that predatory, mentality or anything like that, then I'm good with him. I'm good with him.
To be honest with you, bro, looks like a really stand up dude. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I really like his whole demeanor. Like, he's like serious biz. Like, you could tell like he chill, but he's serious biz. And I love that about him. Like, he just, aside from our players and the potential that they have, I'm just more excited for what he brings to them. Like, I'm so excited for that. And I have so much trust in him. I seriously wish that one day I just catch him walking out of Toyota sign, just be like, hey, bro, like, you're awesome. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
Just,
I agree. I agree with you. You got anything else you want to say before I move on to the Sigma Migs?
oh, no, no. Go ahead. Do you? I'm good.
Okay, okay. Sigma Migs. What are you thinking about the awards besides the only way somebody's gonna get it is Coach Ime? What do you don't see none of our players getting these awards?
No, I see maybe like most improved since you have like three guys up there. Maybe one of them would surprise us and crack it. I'm kind of surprised that our. It's kind of weird seeing a year two player getting most improved. Like I feel like you should improve on your second year, right? So it'd be kind of weird if Jabari wins it.
I hear you. I hear you. I think because, like I said before, Jabari just looks so bad. He looked so bad, like the majority of the season, to
I
where
must I must like forget that because all I remember from him was the two clutch shots. Is all I remember from his
yeah,
season.
that's because we fans. We can forget about it, the rest of it. But everybody else, they highlighted the fact that because we got to
Yeah, it was
remember
rough.
he was pretty much pegged to go number one until like an hour before the draft actually happened. Then Paolo Banchero just came out of nowhere as far as the number one pick. I actually had Paolo number one pick from the beginning of the season. I think he was better than Chet Holmgren and everything. But the media, I don't know, like Shalise says, smoke screen or whatever. I don't know what it was with the Jabari that draft, but they had Jabari number one all the way up until the last, literally the last hour, and for him to come in the season and he looked so bad like that, it was kind of it was low key heartbreaking to some extent. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, man, Jabari cannot be this bad. And for him to actually flip the script and he looks like maybe he can average, 17, 18 points, 9, 10 rebounds. If he bounced back to that type of season, then it'd be like all of it will be justified. And he's he's legit. He's legit.
I guess yeah, like that season, like first of all, his shot wasn't falling, even though everyone said, "Oh, he's a knockdown shooter," and then Silas admitting he never runs plays for him, and then he's always getting frozen out by KPJ or Jalen or whatever. So yeah, I think now he should have most things going for him this season. So if he can I think he can do 180 this year.
Mm-hmm.
But well, who's number one? Cade was
Cade Cunningham.
I think if he's healthy throughout the whole season, it's probably his to win. Like
Yeah.
if he's healthy, like
So what?
that's
What?
yeah.
Let's put a little. Let's do a little thought experiment, right? Kate Cunningham, he puts up better numbers than Jabari, but we, as a team, we have more wins than the Detroit Pistons. Do you think that would help Jabari any?
I think if the Pistons are still like a bottom team and we look really good, I think it's Jabari's to win. Like if just kind of yeah, like because media looks at win totals and the team as a whole. So if
Hmm.
they're about equal in improvement, but the Rockets just look so much better, I think Jabari can win it.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Um, who else was up there? Dillon Brooks and Alp.
Dillon
Uh,
Brooks, I don't know. He's yeah, you said he's like pretty old. I don't know. Other than offense, like what can he do to really improve and surprise people? LP, he's already like has so much media hype. He has to be like what did someone say 20, 10, and 8? If he does that, he can win most improved. But everyone has such a high opinion of him already. I don't know if he'll be much in the running.
right. And Ime Thompson for the Rookie of the Year.
Hmm. Because my bet would be, I know I said that earlier that like book it, but I was like kind of joking that I think Chet will win it because he just looks so good. And OKC, if they keep improving their team to from last year, like their win total is going to be good enough where the media will start taking that into account. So I don't know, it's going to be tough for him to beat the Chet and Wemby and what's his name, Scoot.
Scoot, yeah. Yeah. I think it's probably depends on how much playing time he gets. If he gets enough playing time, I think he'll make a big enough impact to where he can at least crack the top three. You know, I know it's 4-3, but if you're one of the top three rookies, having one of the top three rookie seasons, usually that means you're a good player. Usually, now we do have one offs and things like that, but if he's one of the top three rookies, I wouldn't be mad at given the fact that he's one of the only players that's not going to be starting on that list. You know, Victor Wembanyama, he's going to start. Chet's going to start. Scoot, he's going to start. Hey, oh man, he's not going to start. And if he not starting, coming off the bench, and he can still get in the top three, I think that's something, to hold your hat on.
Yeah, I think he will eventually by the end of the season play himself into a starting role. I think
Oh, that's deep. That's
if
a
he
hot take right there.
really
I
like
think.
if he shows out as much as I expect him and want him to, like yeah, I mean yeah, I think it's possible.
Already. 6C, Charlie, what's happening with you, Charlie?
Hey, how's everybody going? God bless you guys in the panel. I gotta always start and say that. I gotta also always give LV a shout out for letting me know about Chop Shop. I love all of y'all. Now I'm finna dive into it.
Go ahead,
First of
Charlie.
all, I'm gonna tell you. Ime Udoka is going to win Coach of the Year because we're going to be one of the teams that's going to surprise everybody. The reason why I'm so confident in it is because a lot of us fans are still looking backwards and he didn't do nothing. Oh, why they were so sorry because Steven Silas, I don't like to knock him, but he just didn't know what he was doing and he allowed them to run around and don't do anything. Now, what's the name? That went before him. What's his name? What's his name?
Hey, Cunningham.
Uh, Ben Caro.
Oh yeah.
Ben Carroll had a coach that was using him the right way. Steven Silas wasn't using Jabari the way that he's supposed to use him, just the way that they did Jalen Green when he first came out. They wasn't doing nothing but letting him stand over in the corner and every now and then throw it to him. Now you got to sit back and make a shot. This is the thing that went on with that. Now everybody can see since Summer League, these are some new coaches, a new start. even in summer league, they looked real good the way that they were playing, and it was completely different from the way they was playing before. So that was a glimpse into what it is that's going with it. Now, I will tell you, like I say, as far as the reason why LP's been having a lot of problems is, he gets into foul trouble real easy. That's the only thing that I say that's been bothering him, and that he can't shoot that well. So, I hope he practices shooting a little bit better. And like I say, you don't have to be no lockdown defense, because there's a lot of teams that don't have a lockdown defensive center, but they still was able to do some winning. Now, last thing I'll say, Space Ghost, is see a lot of people jump up and talk about OKC and Chet and all that other stuff. They act like Fred Van Fleet ain't go is a scrub or something. SGA is good, but so is Fred Van Fleet. And to me, they gonna wash each other out. Okay, and you got Chet, we got Jabari. Jabari's gonna have a good game too, and Chet is bony. So we gonna see what's gonna go on with that. Now look at what's left. Who's the best that's left? We got more better that's left and a better bench than what they got. Especially if they get JaVale McGee, like I've been praying for them to do. Then we'll turn around and jump up and do what we got to do. I'm telling you, Space, it's gonna be 6 seed. When we get to 6 seed, then they gonna be sitting around there looking at what they have to look at. Last thing, like my daughter was saying, only thing they talked about Ime Udoka is what happened that wasn't good. A black eye. They didn't say too much and nothing other than tweets where Magic Johnson said congratulations and all this other stuff. I recorded because I got a DVR box. I recorded every last one of the channels, waiting on them to say something, even the NBA TV. And nobody mentioned, well, the Rockets got Ime Udoka and, this or that or anything. They didn't say a word about it. The hate for the Houston Rockets is real. They always hate us, even when Harden and even when we had Chris Paul, they still had something to say. Oh, Chris Paul and Harden can't play together. It's always like that. And now they talking about the man's personal life. She gonna take the kids and all of that because ain't nothing else bad they can say. So that's where I'm going with all of it. And again, man, God bless you. And Frank, I'm still praying for him. So let him know that I am praying for him, that, everything works out for him and his family and everybody under my voice that's a part of the Chop Shop family. I love all of y'all, man. So now I'm going to turn it over to you.
Appreciate that, Charlie, man. 6C Charlie have spoken. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, Charlie. You gave some good insights, man, and some good takes on that. Hey, I really appreciate you for praying for Frank and his family as well. But bruh, man, see, you was preaching right there, Charlie. You was preaching, man. I gotta agree with a lot of that what you said. And pull out the receipts, Charlie. You got your DVR. Pull them receipts, man. Let them boys know they wasn't covering Ime Udoka right, bro.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And I can't wait to see you guys, like I said, because the way that you guys run Chop Shop is the best podcasts out there. I've looked and listened to some of the others, and they're just not as organized as you are. You know what I'm saying? Even the people that chime in, or are they rather want to chime in with arguments and acting crazy than to be sitting around there having a true discussion with everything. I just see big things happening for you. I'm praying for big things happening for you and stuff. And I just have to say this. I know you'll laugh because I'm smiling right now. I hate when I don't see you on. I look for you every day. You know what I mean? But I know you got other things to do than to just be on the podcast. But I just miss y'all, man. I do.
Appreciate that, Charlie. Appreciate that. Maybe one day, man, this will be a job for me. But until then, I gotta get up and go to work. And sometimes, well, this past week I've really been working, quite a bit. Some things at work had held me up. But I do be wanting to load up every day. But I don't want it to get too redundant. You know what I'm saying? So I try to pick fresh topics to bring to the chop shop and just keep everybody rolling smoothly. But I do be want to do it every day, Charlie. I really do.
Hey, let me just say this last part. You know what?
Go
It
ahead.
makes it for real good because see, oh, the more I fiend to hear you guys and talk, when you do get on here, I can't wait because a lot of times I'm having a little trouble with them telling me early when your chop shop is on. So I go through LV and I ask him, have you heard anything? Is chop shop coming on today? And what he'll usually do is tell me, oh, like today, he said chop shop will be on at 9 o'clock. So I try to get everything I gotta do done, charge my phone up because I don't like when it dies when I'm talking or I'm listening to you. And it's just like I said, it's a good thing that you guys are doing. You own to a winner. You guys are doing what y'all got to do. I just want to see y'all interview people too, like the other people be sitting around there doing. Keep up the good work. So okay, y'all. I'm not gonna hog the mic. Let somebody else talk.
You good, Charlie. Appreciate it. EF Hutton, what's good with it, EF?
And you know I can talk.
Yeah, it's
You know I
time.
can
It's
talk.
time, EF Hutton. It's time.
Hey, I want to start out by saying this, man. Hey, whenever you get ready to start doing your you know how you had a little voice cues and stuff like that, man. Charlie gave you the soundbite of the year. That the Houston Rockets hate is real. You need to
Yeah.
get that on the soundbite, man. That's the soundbite of the year. We need that. We need that on playback.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I appreciate Charlie takes, man. Charlie came in. He came in on fire, dog.
Yeah, he did.
Uh, so Mike D'Antoni won the coach of the year. So we know they'll give it to us, but I think he had 65 wins. That
Yeah.
was that was 2017. He had 65 wins,
And
right?
Harden won the MVP that year.
And Harden won the MVP. Now last year, what's his name? Brown. Mike Brown won the coach of the year with 48 wins.
Mm-hmm.
But it was something similar to what we're looking at this year.
Mm-hmm.
So we do kind of got to roll to that lane to where Ime could get coach of the year, around 43, 45 wins just from adding, the amount of wins he's supposed to add to the team. So I kind of like that. I've been campaigning for Ime to get that coach of the year for a while. I think it's his to lose actually because of the pieces that we added and the stuff that our core guys should take. I think it's almost like a lock for me. I don't really see nobody else who should win it. Everybody else is already in position. In position that they're supposed to be in. If if Nick Nurse in Philadelphia take them to 65 wins or something like that, and they just blow the league out the water, I think Nick Nurse could be in the runnings. But I don't really see another coach that's like Jason Kidd, probably not. I mean, with Kyrie and Luca, maybe. If he can get them guys to work well, but I still think Kyrie is going to end up in LA before the year is over. So I don't. I'm not counting on Jason Kidd winning that.
So they
The other
trading
thing is,
Kyrie. They trading
yeah,
Kyrie.
I think they end up trading. It's just
Okay.
that kind of league to where when a player want to get somewhere and LeBron is like the king of the league, and it suits the NBA for the Lakers to be good, to really be a marquee team. I don't see why Kyrie wouldn't end up in LA. I think it's just holding back the NBA if he don't end up there and Dame don't end up in Miami. I think they hold up the league. It's stupid at this point not to let them guys go where they want to go.
Okay.
Christian Wood had a 21-9 year where he probably could have got to the All Star. He didn't make an All Star team that year. So I think for LP to get to the All Star game, Jokic averaged 24, 12, and 9 this year. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I think LP if he did average 22, 22, 11 and 8. I think they can get him there because Jonas Valanciunas, DeAndre Ayton, Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, and Nikola Jokic, top 5 centers in the league. I mean, in the West.
In the West, yeah.
So yeah, so who you got really? Karl Anthony Towns, DeAndre Ayton, and Nikola Jokic. Those are guys who we expect to really be better than LP. So I think LP can, he really probably can get in there and and stick it. You know what I mean? I think he can make an All Star run. Jalen can make an All Star run, but it is a lot of great guards. You know, a lot of great guards on the West, especially with Kyrie, especially with maybe Fred VanVleet. Then you got if Dame leave, you still got Curry, Fox. Um, if Kyrie end up over here, with Kyrie already here, so it's gonna be tight in the guard position. The shooting guards, you got Booker. It's loaded at the
Now,
guard position.
what's name is in the West too
Who that?
from the Wizards. Bill.
Yeah, Bradley Beal. Right, right, right. So it's gonna be tough for guys to get into that guard spot. You know what I mean? So I'm not really looking at Jalen getting there like somebody said, maybe as a reserve or something like that. I can see it. But I think it was Rob said this earlier. That was Rob, I think, that was talking about the second year guys who made a most improved. So I was looking at this before, when you first came on. I was looking at it, and I almost chimed in when he said it because this list of guys who won most improved in their second year is kind of interesting, right? So you got Alvin Robinson with the San Antonio Spurs, Kevin Duckworth, Portland, Kevin Johnson with Phoenix, Ronnie Cycli, Don McLean, Gilbert Arenas, and Monte Ellis. So, I mean, out of those guys, most of them are guards, point guards to be
Mm-hmm.
exact. And then you got Kevin Duckworth and Ronnie Cycli. So, um, it'll be interesting if Jabari, really makes a leap and gets it on his second year. But I think from just my likeness, I don't think Kate Cunningham should even be in the runnings because like most improved from what we don't know if he improved or not because he didn't play. That's like saying if Chip come in and he averaged 20 and 10 and 8, or 20, 10 and 5 and 4 blocks, he gets most improved. Most improved from what? He didn't do nothing last year. And that's how I feel about Cade. Like you really can't give it to him because we don't know if he really improved or not. We just know that he's healthy. So I don't think Cade should be able to get the award. I think Jabari should definitely get it over Cade any way we look at it. And rookie of the year is probably my hottest take. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying this because y'all know that I feel like Cam Whitmore is probably our most valuable trade piece. If we really wanted to go after somebody, we were gonna package a KPJ and a Jay Sean Tate and Langley. I think Cam Whitmore is that piece that can sway a team to give us an All Star. You know, if like Joel Embiid came available or Giannis came available, I think Cam Whitmore is that piece that somebody would say, you know what, if you give us a first round, a second round, and Cam Whitmore with those other guys you got, that's a good haul for an All Star player because Cam Whitmore could actually be that piece that you build around. Saying all that to say this, if a guy gets hurt on our team, let's say KPJ have his I'm hurt moment, or you know somebody don't pan out, or we do end up making a big trade, Cam Whitmore can slide into that place for rookie of the year before Armin Thompson does because I don't think we're trading Fred VanVleet. I think that off the bench guy or maybe a three, something like that, and Cam Whitmore get some significant playing time, and we can see Cam Whitmore make a push for rookie of the year. But I think that's a stretch.
Yeah, you think? I think even with an injury, I think we got so many more wings than we do a point guard. I don't know. Like, I guess so. If Fred VanVleet goes down, do we move um, KPJ back to point guard? I
Well,
don't.
Armin
I don't
plays
think so.
automatically. Armin
Yeah,
and
I don't think
KPJ,
so. Right.
yeah. Well,
Now, so let's
yeah,
say if Dillon Brooks go down, then you got Tari that
okay.
can step up before Cam Whitmore, and then you got Tate there as well that could probably step up before Cam Whitmore. I just think it's I think it's just gonna be hard for Cam Whitmore to get any type of real playing time this year. I could be wrong. Maybe he just turn it on, but for him to come and like leapfrog Tate and Tari, that's kind of, I don't know how confident I am that that would happen.
Well, I think the thing is that we're going to see Tate at his traditional four. I don't think we're seeing Tate at the three. I think Tate is just going to be a small ball four. If he plays some three, I'll be happy with that because I don't really like him at the four trying to guard those guys. But I think that's what we're going to see Tate at. I think his his perimeter offense is just you know too suspect to really have him at the three as far as a slasher or a cutter. I don't think we see him at that. It's like he got to plant both feet in the paint before he make a move, and that's kind of a power forward type mentality. So I think him at the forward. I think if let's say Dillon Brooks is pretty healthy and reliable, but let's say for some reason he do go down, then you got Tari at the three. And if KPJ is not the backup three, then Cam Woodmore falls into a position. If KPJ is the backup three, or let's say he's backing up Jalen at the two, then
Mm.
Cam Whitmore is at that position, and Cam Whitmore and KPJ at the two and three is solid. You know, you bringing in Almond, KPJ, Cam Whitmore at the three, so off the bench. So I mean, and then Jabari would obviously move to five, him and Landale to five, and then Tate at the four, whatever, something like that. So I don't see Cam Whitmore playing either. In my mind's eye, I say you just stash him in the G League and let him go crazy in the G League, and you don't really let people because I don't want to expose none of his flaws to the NBA. I want to keep him as valuable as he is, and I wouldn't really play him much. I know people say, "Oh, he should play, he should do this." And he should be rookie of the year and it's Cam Whitmore's team and Jalen Brown 2.0. I'm not with none of that. I'm like, like draft and stash, like he a cross season or something. That's how I feel about him. Just let him build up his value, let him build up his stock, and let teams, covet him as much as possible because that's our most valuable trade piece to add to those guys. And I wouldn't play him much. I mean, I know it might stink for him or suck for the team and for the fans, but I wouldn't play him a lot.
Yeah, I think if y'all have y'all heard like why exactly he kind of dropped in the draft,
Yeah.
because he actually do have a bit of an injury history. He actually broke his tailbone twice.
Okay.
You like he do, and if he that's a weird oh excuse me, that's a weird bone to break. And if
Yeah.
he broke it twice already, that means it's already kind of fragile. And when he comes down, let's say he take a hard fall, going to layup, and he comes down and wrong on that tailbone, he can possibly hurt that tailbone again. And I think it was more on the lines like, if he break it again, it's gonna be like permanent.
Paper mache.
Yeah, like it's gonna be hard for him to bounce back from that. But injuries aside, I still think it's kind of I don't see a clear path for him to get any type of real minutes to say he can significantly impact to get an award for.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
I mean,
that's
I agree. I don't think none of our rookies really do because I mean it would be nice for Armin to get it, but I don't see Armin. He did play good. He played good, but I'm with everybody else. I think the league is already willing to give it a chance. I hate to sound like Kendrick Perkins, but you know how that go. You know what I mean? So I think they're kind of pushing for that guy that they can say, okay, yeah, we here, but I think they want to give it to Chet. I think Scooter do good. I think Armin and Nasir is so much alike. It's kind of like the Jordan and Kobe comparison. Like, how do you give Armin the Rookie of the Year if his brother is just as good? It's like you really
mm,
can't give it to him. On that note, and his brother will probably be starting, and he won't be. So I don't see Armin being able to get it. I would just kind of like a lightning in the bottle type thing. If some way Cam just got on the floor and just wild and just stuck, maybe he would land that position. But I don't really see it.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, I agree. Um, if anybody in the chat want to come up and join the panel, man, I posted the link. Come on up and get your takes off. Channing Motheraw, what's happening? Space Age, I see you. Gary Bankston crept in here on us. And Brown Xmas, what's happening? Um, Panel, do y'all got anything y'all wanna reiterate or anything y'all want to talk about?
Yeah.
Anybody can go.
How much of an improvement do you think Jabari has to make on his 3 point shooting in order to really be effective, or do you think it's his all around game that needs to improve?
What did he shoot last year? 31% or something, 32% or something like that last year.
Yeah. Mind you, Vernon Maxwell was only like a 33 or 34% 3 point shooter.
Yeah, but that was in a league in a day where they didn't really emphasize the three that much. Um,
Yeah.
I think because with him being on a court with Shangoon, for our spacing to be legit, he legit gonna have to stretch the floor. Like he's gonna have to. I think people already respect him that he can shoot. So I don't think that would be much of a problem. But if they know he's like knocking them down consistently now, I think that it's gonna be hard for the defense not to have to leave Shangoon if you're gonna keep your foot in the paint or whatever. They actually gotta on every possession be out there and hold Jabari. So I think it's gonna be key for our spacing, especially if he's on the court sometimes with like Ime Thompson. I don't think they're gonna respect Ime until he makes them respect him from three. You know, so I think Jabari, he's gonna be one of the best shooters on the court. So he's going to have to be 35, 36, 37, somewhere up in there to be uh, really actually have to contend with his shot. So our spacing won't just be all messed up.
Yeah. So I was listening to somebody and they were saying that, you know, as long as he consistently he don't have those valleys. I think it was locked on, and they were saying as long as he don't have like the stretches of really low 3 point shooting, it'll be good. You know what I mean? Like 34 or whatever. And I'm in the the mindset of if Jabari is just clutch, you know what I mean? Like if he missed three threes a game and he hit the big one every time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would you live with that? Let's say he shoot
Yeah.
four threes.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
missed
I
two in the
would.
first. He missed one in the third, but he hit the one in the fourth that we need to go ahead or one, to win the game or something. Would you live with that?
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't. I live with it. I would say because that's the most important shot. It don't matter if you miss 10 in the first quarter, but if you hitting the ones in the fourth quarter to seal a game, then that's just as good in my book.
Yeah,
I'm
That'll be
hoping.
weird if he can only hit 3 pointers in the fourth quarter.
I mean, that'd be good, right, Sigga? That mean you can count on him to
Fourth
actually.
quarter, party time.
Yeah, fourth quarter Bari, big shot Bari, like big shot Billers, big shot, what's the name? Now it would kind of make me a little apprehensive about how good of a shooter he is, because he's not hitting them consistently. I think it would be kind of apprehensive to me, like, maybe he's not as good of a shooter, but if he hit him when you need him, then I can't complain. I wouldn't be just complaining about it because he's hitting them when we need him. But I wouldn't put him as saying that he's an elite shooter. Then you feel me?
yeah, right. Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely agree, but I mean, I feel like the one of the things I noticed about Jabari is because we know he was a good shooter coming out of college. and his mentality allowed him to have a whole bad season of shooting until it didn't matter. And that's kind of what I feel like. I feel like at the end of the season, where it was like, okay, I've already stunk it up. You know what I mean? I already look like a bad shooter. Now I can just shoot freely. And then he started to make them. And then you come out in summer league, it's like this really don't matter. Boom, I'm knocking everything down. So I could kind of see a world to where he comes back and he's like, okay, I'm supposed to make the shot, miss. I'm supposed to make the shot, miss.
Hmm.
And then it's like, I'm gonna shoot the shot regardless, make it.
So you think it's
You know what I
all
mean?
mental with him? Like his struggles are
I
just all
think
mental.
I think it has to be. You've been playing basketball all your life. Your dad's a professional player. We know that people whose dads are professional players have consistency. Is one thing that most guys whose dads play professionally have is consistency in their game. So we know that he's fundamentally sound. All his form and everything is fundamentally sound. The only thing that I can see that would make him have problems shooting the ball is mentality. You see,
Yeah.
so in just my evaluation of it, his shot has always really looked the same. Yeah, he was a little hyper at certain times, but it seems like whenever the shot is the biggest shot, he always makes it. And so to me, that's just I'm gonna shoot the ball because I know I can do it. I don't really care if I miss or make it. I know I can, and I'm gonna shoot it, and he makes it. But if it's like, okay, I'm supposed to make this shot, miss, you know. And I think if it's one of those things to where you have to be free and just kind of flowing and playing and not overthinking what you're doing, especially when you've been doing it all your life, which is um, something I was going to say about his offense in general is when I was watching the pro in the summer leagues or whatever, Rico Hines things, you see him dribbling the ball and everybody like, man, his handle's getting better. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's the same handle. The difference is that he's not acting scared to dribble the ball now. He's taking the contact. Okay, boom, they're gonna bump me, but I've been dribbling all my life. I'm just gonna keep dribbling. And instead of they bump me and now I'm shook, it's like, okay, boom, they bump me, but people been bumping me all my life. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot my shot. And as long as he kind of has that mind frame of, hey, I've been doing this, type mentality, then he'll be okay. But if he gets to overthinking it, I think he could run into problems right now. But I don't know if he's really mentally tuned in to what he's actually capable of doing yet.
I think one thing that kind of that we kind of miss in it. If you look, I don't think he's a great, like excellent catch and shoot type of guy. When he used to bring the ball up, he used to make most of his threes when he was bringing the ball up, like on a fast break, and he'll stop in transition and hit those transition threes. That's when he made most of his threes. It was kind of like you said, if he got set up for the ball, for the three in the corner, like if he got the ball on like on a pick and roll and they sling it out to him, he's wide open. It's like he knows I'm expected to make this three, and I think he was just thinking too much about it, like you mentioned. But when he was
Yeah, that's
in
a great point.
rhythm, when he was in rhythm, coming down after he get the rebound, and he's just coming down the court, and he just stop and pop. Like everybody is in transition. He's not waiting for the ball. He actually was hitting him. He was actually hitting it way more. He
Yep,
was hitting those way more.
that's a good point. I was saying the same thing. Like, okay, they saying he can't dribble, but he can dribble good enough to go from 3 point line to 3 point line and pull up and hit that three. I mean, what else do he need to do? Do he need to, ham, dribble, 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 you know what I mean? Crossover, skip to my loo, in and out, sham go crossover, and then shoot the layup. Nah, you just got to go 30 feet. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I
don't think he
mean? You
need to
going
do.
from
I don't
3
think he
point line
need
to
to
3 point
do.
line to shoot the ball.
Yeah, he don't. He don't have to have a handle like that because he just don't. Where he gets his shots from, and we got other guys on the court that can do that. We need him to do something different. We got a lot of guys that can dribble and do all of that. He just need to
Can
be
can I
able
re-
to go ahead,
can
Shalice.
I re- can I rebuttal to that?
What's that?
I feel like a lot of reason why like he was doing a lot of that stuff is because it's like a pressure. Like they've been losing for so long. So now it's like every time you get the ball, you want to shoot the shot to make your situation better than what it is. You know, I feel like when he came out in summer league, it was more of like a sigh of relief because okay, we have a new coach. You know, he clearly discussed what he wanted each of them to do. So I feel like it was kind of like I think all of them really, it's like a breath of fresh air. So now they can just play and be free and trust, okay, I have trust in this coach and I'm going to be okay. Like, you know, one of those things where you've been in like in trouble and somebody just come and give you a free card, like, hey, you're out
Yeah,
of jail
you out
today.
of
And you're like,
jail.
oh, thank you, God. Like, one of
Yeah,
those things where now, you know, now they could just focus on, okay, my next step is not just got to focus on winning. It's not now I don't have to worry about okay, I'm the horror boys team. Now I can just focus on what I need to really do to be better. You know? I feel like all of them sort of just had like this weight. Like every game they lost, it just added another brick to the weight, you know?
Facts.
yeah, yeah. I
That's
mean, that
facts.
is because you like, man, is today gonna be the day that we gonna win? Like, and then it's like the pressure just keep building on you to get a win, to get a win, to get a win, and every
Yes.
time you don't get a win, it's just more pressure just uh, piles on you, and it's like it's almost like how quarterbacks do get it. They get in their brain, well, man, I threw an interception. Oh man, I threw another interception. This next one can't be, and then he throws another interception because he's trying so hard not to throw an interception. He throws an interception, and it's almost like the same thing. It just keep on compiling and compiling and compiling on top of each other until one
Yeah.
you just gotta break free of. You gotta let everything go, you know, and eventually it'll just come and work itself out. But the more pressure you put on yourself, the harder it's gonna be to break that cycle.
I think that's what happened to Jalen because man, there were some stretches where he was just stinking it up for like multiple games in a row. I was like, what is going on? Like this dude is better than that.
Yeah.
It's got to be like just the slumping of losing all the time and just he just kind of yeah.
Jalen actually came out and said it. You don't remember? I don't know if y'all remember that one interview. He actually came out and said it like this losing is really it's starting to get to everybody
Yeah.
in the locker room, and he actually came out and said it. Yeah, just, bro, losing is not what you want to do. You don't. Nobody comes up to practice and and do all of this during the week just to come in to a game and be like, oh, we gonna lose. Nobody does
Right.
that. Everybody want to win, even if they know they're tanking. They want to win. You seen the games when they beat who was that they beat? New Orleans after Jabari hit that shot. They went in there dumping water bottles over. They was happy to go. They act like they just won the championship, man, because the losing just sucks so bad, and
But
it just
that's
don't
how
suck. Yo,
that's
it sucks
that's how
mentally.
oh go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm just saying it sucks mentally.
But that's what I was telling Charlie too. I was like, I feel like not to knock Silas, but I feel like he was like trying to like mold them into feeling good about it. Like, yeah, it's okay. Like we're doing fine. Like, no,
Yeah.
bro, we are a dumpster fire. We just literally just put all the books in there and set it on fire and just start dancing in front of it, singing "Kumbaya." That's what we just did, bro. Like, I
Hey,
really feel like
how you gonna say you not knocking silence when you already called a man a hill of beans?
I'm just, I'm trying to be nice. I'm really trying to be nice because that I just, for the life of me, I just don't understand the tactics. I get that you were trying to tank. I totally understand that. That's fine. But I do feel like there should have been some type of, um, not just accountability, but just some type of pride within himself to feel like, hey, like, yeah, my team is tanking, but you know, the circle on the outside is a circle and it's not a rectangle. You know what I'm saying? Like you just had no type of care at all. And that's what really irritates me. Like, okay, Dan Tony did a lot of stuff, like not play defense, but his circle was a circle. You know what I'm saying? You knew it was a circle. It's a circle with a little bit of green and orange in it, but it's a circle. You know what I'm saying? And Silence, we didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
there's that. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like, if Ime Udoka pull this off, like, bro getting flowers thrown at Toyota Center every day. Like I'm gonna be there every day, just a flower every day if he gets this together, because this is a lot. And I feel like he by getting them together and them being able to do what they're gonna do, which I do have faith in the boys that they will do it, because you lost the whole year. I love my Rockets, but I could not watch. There was days I would go to sleep. I was so pissed off I would go to sleep.
Yeah.
And I would not watch it anymore. I just refused. I can't do it. It's like cutting myself with a knife every day. No.
No, the worst ones were like the fake comebacks where
Oh my
Oh
God, it
man.
was
exactly to
terrible.
lose.
And then the killer part is I knew that they could win the game because I'll be sitting at the game and watch them beat somebody's behind all the way to the fourth quarter and then just lay down. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
What is that? And why are we doing it?
Hey, I just want to say this. The other gentleman, he hit a real good point on what he was saying. I just say that a lot of this was a part of Silas's coaching, because when we first got Jalen Green, he didn't show anything till almost the season was over. Now the exact same thing happened with Jabari Smith, and when they were asking, I know Space Ghost, you would remember it better. When they asked him, "Do you run any plays for Jabari?" No.
Yeah.
What kind of stupid stuff is that? You don't even got him. You did him the same way. Go stand over in the corner, and when everybody else is over here, we'll throw it to you, and you shoot the shot. But then when you miss, you saying to yourself, "Uh-oh, I'm gonna miss. I'm nervous. They just gonna throw it to me when the man is on me." That's a whole lot to do with Silas. That's why I say things have changed now. The summer league showed us something, not just what Cam Whitmore and Amon Thompson and Jabari and the rest of them did. It's the way they're playing now. They actually was sitting around there playing some defense and passing the ball and doing some stuff that we didn't do.
Did we lose Charlie?
It sounds like it.
Yeah. I mean, Shalice, to your point, if you would have been here for, because
His
I
phone
do
his
post.
phone died, guys. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Because I do post game live streams after the game. Like Sigga Migs, you remember? I wanted to literally cry some days. Like
I'm
what?
trying to find remember what game was that where it was the loss was so terrible that like you were having a breakdown on
Man, I
stream.
broke. Man, I swear, I
Crazy.
had to take a break. I had to take what, like a 2 game break from not doing it because I was so stressed and mad from coming in here night in and night out, going over these games. It was the Miami game. That was that game we gave
That
up
was Miami. Oh,
that
with
yeah.
that alley
Jimmy with
oop
the
at the
Jimmy
end with the
alley
Jimmy.
oop.
Yeah, man, that game had me so hot. That game had me so hot. And another game when he ran the same play twice in a row when we could have won. Then they turned the ball over. What game was that?
Oh yeah, I think I watched it, but I don't know what game that is because I was
Oh
pissed off too.
man, I was like, why would you do the same play twice in a row? Because when he did the play, we scored on it, but something happened. They ended up calling a timeout or something, and we ended up having to do the play over, and we had to redo the play, and he ran the same play again. I was like, no, he didn't, and we turned the ball over. I
You
was
know,
like,
there's just, there's some people that are made for their career. Like he's just made to be an assistant. Like, bro, you
yes,
were never like all these. And then the killer part is the proof is in the pudding because all these coaching jobs came up and you didn't even come up for one. So
nah.
clearly, we're not the only one that thinks you're a hill of beans. I'm just saying.
Some was just
Like
some
nobody is saying it, but I'ma say it.
no
You a hill of beans.
something about that whole experience have to be off, man. It was like I can't for somebody to because we got to think Silas grew up in the league. His dad was a coach. His dad was a player. He's been going to NBA games forever. How do you not know how to do simple things like some of the simplest things he did? Like how do you play Knicks for 20 some minutes, 30 minutes a game sometimes, and you see just he's bad. Like how do you not run plays for your number 2 pick? How do you just sit Jalen in the corner for his whole rookie season until the last month of it? Some things just didn't add up right.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we're also blaming Stone. Like, oh, Stone told him to do it for tanking reasons, but like, I
yeah,
don't know.
but okay, but bro, have some pride about yourself, yo. Like, all right. I hear you, but we just gonna do so. We gonna have to do something. We could tank, but we just got. That's what I'm saying. We gotta do something. Have some pride about yourself. He has none. Okay, he has none. And I feel like
Yeah,
I understand bro had to get paid. And then maybe and even if you didn't want the job, then you should have been like, hey, I understood I signed this contract, but I can't do this. I would have had more respect for you if you just did that. But you literally just sat here and just made us look worse than what we already looked. It just got worse. And then you went to yell at Alfie because you're mad because everybody's on your butt. That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah,
You ain't gonna go yell at Kevin Porter
blaming
Jr.
like
because you might,
everything.
huh?
He was blaming Alpi for everything. I was like, what?
Yeah. And then it's like, I
Yeah,
know you ain't gonna go yell at Kevin Porter Jr. because you might get a chair thrown at you. So you know not to go over there yelling at him. You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, like I'm just saying, like, I don't understand, but it's mighty funny how all of them in their interviews, including Alfie, they all were saying how they wanted someone to be on them, like they wanted better for themselves, and it was as if they weren't given that. And I do feel like that did hurt us a lot.
yeah. It did. It really did,
It's
man.
it's one thing like I look at like if you look at Pop, even when he tanking, he'll sit down players. You know what I mean? Or if he tanking and he say, hey, we finna run this out of bounds play. We're gonna get a bucket on this. They gonna get a bucket. So things I look back at Silas, like we be tanking and he'll run out of bounds play. We wouldn't get a bucket. Or we be tanking, we be down by 5, and then next thing you know, we down by 12. And
Yeah,
then he might get us back within 6, and then the game just get blowed open. So it was like certain times where it's like, okay, that's a tanking move, and there's certain times where I was like, he just didn't know how to dial it up right there. But those are gone days. Those are dark days, man. We out of that
yeah.
now.
We
I
out of
think,
that. We out
yeah,
of
yeah, I
that.
think he got like too used to losing. Like I think like after like the first year of just no wins, and then the second, he's got worse and worse over the years. I think just he got to him. I think the most the losing.
Yeah, something got to him. Something got to him. He just
I
wasn't right.
feel
He wasn't
I
right.
feel like if he goes to the Pistons, like he went to the Pistons, right? I feel like if they do good, I totally feel like that's a hoax. Like if they get if they end up being really good, I'm gonna be so pissed off.
Well, he's
Like,
an
how
assistant.
dare you go over there and they do good? I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna be so mad because I feel like, how dare you do that to me? Okay, that was depressing.
He
Like
got
that's no, absolutely not. I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I understand they got Monty,
yeah. He
but
got
if they
Monty.
y'all, look, I'm telling y'all right now, I'm gonna be mad.
I don't blame you. Let me get to some of these comments in the chat. See what these boys talking about. Um, let's see. DJ M60, he says, I wonder what his shooting percentage off the dribble compared to spot ups. He's talking about Jabari. Shannon Motherall says, I thought he was lower from corners. He has the talent. Dude is a stud. Just need to hone his skills. Okay, let's see who. Okay, I got my boy Space Agents crap in here. Kenyon Plumber, KP, what's good with it? Surprised he ain't came up. He says, man, hold up, Space with the shout out. I'm about an hour late. CSG, we all we got. Appreciate it. Usagami, what's good, Usagami? You finally woke up. Um, he says, Tata could have had a fair chance last season if Knicks don't take all the backup minutes. Facts. We drafted Tata with a first round pick and we did not play him. We'd rather play Knicks. Man, that was some of the most. That was just like a war crime, man. For real, he need to be on somebody's uh, jury or stand. Somebody needed to judge him for that, man. For real, he need to be on trial for that. Let's see. Brown X says Silas was excellent at tanking. Got to give him credit. He swallowed his pride for the sake of the team. If that make you feel better, I'm not gonna say he. I just think he was just a bad coach to some extent. Some extent he was a bad coach. Channing says teams can't say they are tanking; they will get fined by the NBA. Yeah, that's facts, but at least, I mean, some of the stuff wasn't just. I don't think all of it was tanking. I'm with Shalice. Some of the things he just act like he just didn't have no clue. Like he really didn't have a clue of what he was doing. Who else we got? Space trades. Nah, not space trades. Swaggy D says you can still tank without playing Knicks. Just said Jalen or Jabari. Facts. Let's go. All right, y'all. Oh, James Flanagan says, "Amen would probably have a better shot at six man than rookie of the year." That is kind of interesting right there because I think he would be our six man. I don't know. Well, KPJ probably will be our six man, but I don't know. That is kind of interesting that he brought that up.
Has a rookie ever won
Okay.
six man?
I don't think a rookie ever won six man. Maybe I'm pretty sure it probably happened. I won't say ever, but it's not common. Definitely, it's not common. So if you think A-Man to come off the bench before KPJ, I think he probably will because you got to think Fred Van Vliet is a little older than Jalen Green. Jalen Green, I think, will probably get more minutes than Fred Van Vliet. So if you're gonna take out Fred Van Vliet, you insert Amen. And then so Amen would come in before KPJ. But I still think KPJ would end up getting more minutes than Amen, if that makes sense.
So the only rookies to win rookie of the year was Mike Miller and Malcolm Brogdon.
Somebody said Ben Garden.
Yeah, Ben Gordon won it as a rookie, and the only man to do it.
Oh, my man, just thinking. Oh man, we finna have two hot take characters. E.F. Hutton and Just Think on the same panel. Oh yeah, we gotta get Just Think up here. E.F. Hutton and y'all. Oh E.F. This is what I was gonna tell you too, bro.
What's that?
You know that since you remember that night we talked about the Embiid trade and the Giannis trade.
Yeah.
You know, Kelly Eco wrote a piece on that saying that the Rockets are in line maybe to get Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. And I commented on it. I said the same thing that I said on here. Like I'm not like everybody who talk about that trade, the first thing they say is, "Oh yeah, LP has to go." No, 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 no. I'm not doing it. I'm just not because look, you talk about Joel Embiid, who is he's an MVP. Yeah, he can score. He can average 30 a year. Yeah, he plays better defense, but he's gonna be hurt. He's gonna. We know he doesn't show up in the playoff like we expect him to. We don't know that about LP. We don't know if LP is going to show up in the playoff. I believe that LP is going to show up in the playoff because whenever we see him in international league games, he shows up.
Yeah, he's
He
always
plays
good.
hard
Mm-hmm.
and he's effective. So I mean, if and that's why I keep pushing this narrative, and I'm you know what I'm saying I'm learning from the greats in the media. I watch Stephen A. You know how they push the whole Dame Lillard trade and how they trying to manipulate Joel Embiid and all these players come to New York. So I learn from these guys, and so I keep pushing this narrative of how valuable Cam Whitmore is for a reason. Because I want the people who listening to the podcast and the people who comment on the podcast and the people who the echo chamber that we build inside this podcast to go out and relay this message to the league that Cam Whitmore is a valuable. He's like James Harden. Cam Whitmore is a player that if you get him on your team, you're going to have you a superstar talent that you can build around. So that's what you want from our team. That's exactly what you need. If you're the Philadelphia 76ers and James Harden is trying to manipulate his way out of the league, all you really need is Cam Whitmore. You know,
Why does
so
Cam Whitmore give me J.R. Smith vibes though?
come on, man, you
Yeah.
killing me. You killing my
do.
argument, bro.
Hey,
I'm
this,
trying to build us up, man.
nah,
I'm
this
trying to.
you don't know who
he just when I see Cam Whitmore, I'm like J.R. Smith. All right,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
All right, whatever. I mean, he's good. He impressed me during the summer league. You know, I was pleasantly impressed, but I don't know.
you
He
don't
looked
know.
like
But okay,
he could be J.R. Smith when he played at Denver, which was
I
a
thought
really good player.
I
You
thought he
know,
was finna say
but
he looked like Pete Chilcutt.
Oh no,
Nah,
man.
bro.
So you know, just think
You know,
his
nah.
specialty is
But I
pissing
feel you
people
on
off.
Sengun though. Sengun, nah, man, he's untouchable. Mm-mm,
Untouchable. And Tar
untouchable.
Eason is close to untouchable. But see, so listen. So
I
this is my
know, but
thing.
I don't think the Rockets look at Eason like that. I look at Eason like that. Like
You
he's
know who
near
Eason? You know
untouchable.
who Tyree Eason reminds me of, y'all?
Who is that?
A modern day Trevor Ariza.
I thought about that.
Ooh, but better because he could
Yes,
Yeah,
score.
he better
bro.
than
One
He could
Trevor.
hundred
score.
percent. 100% better. Like, yes. Like, bro is just on fire. Like, I love it.
I
Say,
had another
hey,
it'll come back to
Man.
me
Dia
later.
Button,
But
do you know, just thinks starting lineup?
go ahead.
Go ahead and
Fred
tell him.
Van
Go ahead and
Fleet.
tell him, bro.
It's Fred Van Fleet, Jalen Green, KPJ, Dillon Brooks, um,
And Shangoon.
Sengun. But honestly, to be real, I'd rather have Dillon Brooks come off the bench and start Eason at that four.
I mean, but that right there is a death
That'll
lineup
be
right
that'll
there, though.
be that'll be
That's a sick
deadly.
one.
That'll be
He wanna run a
deadly.
3 guard lineup. He wanna run a
That's
3 guard
deadly.
lineup.
I
That'll
like
be
that.
deadly. Yeah, with Eason at the four
Our
and
defense
Sengun at
will
the
our
five.
defense will be
Mm.
bad though, bro.
Nah.
No, it's not. No,
Yeah,
it
it
ain't gonna
will
be
be.
bad.
Our
No.
defense will be terrible.
Mm,
That's why we got Ime.
right. Say it, bro.
That's why we got Ime. That's
we
why
just
we're better defensive schemes because Silas, to me, I can't, I just can't imagine Silas being that bad. So I just think we were tanking on purpose because I don't think
I
he was
agree.
really serious. You can't be that stupid
Yeah,
in life. You
you know,
can't.
I
I'm not
really,
gonna do him like that.
I
He went
really
to
thought that in
Brown.
life. I really thought that in life, until I meet certain people, and I was like, well, yeah, I guess you were born that way.
I know. But how
so they
you an
say he
NBA
didn't know
coach
kind of.
though? He went to Brown University. Come on.
It's because of his daddy. They let him in because of his daddy.
No.
Just
Paul
like
Silas a legend.
I truly believe that Kenyon Martin got traded because of his dad. I'm gonna tell you why. Right? Bro
His
gets
dad was talking
on
so much shit.
Paul
His dad was talking so much
George's
shit.
Paul George's podcast, and he's like reminiscing about his old playing days. Bro, nobody cares. Your son is the one everybody cares about. Why are you sitting here talking? Like, I just want to know. I watched the whole thing because I wanted to see if he was gonna try to say some dirty stuff about us, right? So I was being petty. So I watched it, and bro is like, his son barely got anything in, and he's just talking about himself. Nobody cares. This is why your son did not stay on the Rockets because you talk too much.
Why did we sign Dylan Brooks when we got Tyree Eason and we got KJ? That move is
Because
gonna confuse me
Because
forever.
Kenyon Martin's daddy said something stupid that he shouldn't have said, and the Rockets was like, okay,
We
goodbye.
don't want
Well,
this energy
I,
here. We don't
I
like that
think
energy.
I think the other side of it is we know for a fact that okay, yeah, you got a unique talent, like a unique one of one in the NBA talent, but it don't fit exactly what we need to be effective at that position. Yes, you can shoot three consistently. Yeah, you're a high flyer, but we really need a guy who is going to be a lockdown defender at the three because we have weak spots on our perimeter. So he's a great interior defender as far as protecting the rim, weak side or whatever. But we need a perimeter defender there, and we don't want to. I think Stone is doing a good job at this. One thing that I give him credit for, he is living up to what Daryl Morey wouldn't do. If a
Oh,
player wants
yes.
to do something to get himself into a better position, Stone is getting those guys to the place they want to be. Harden wanted to go to New Jersey. You in Brooklyn. KPJ. We're going to get you into a situation that's formidable for you. That's going to get value to our team. When players look at our team, they're going to say, you know what? At the very least, if we want to go somewhere when we leave Houston, they're going to put us in a position to be successful. And I think that's something that Stone should get credit for. And I think that the league will start to pick up on that. That he is getting like even just Ty Washington and Garuba. They ended up on OKC. That's a great team to be on for a young player.
But
So
they
he's
got
not
released
just
though, sadly.
well. That's true. That's true. But I mean,
Yeah, but see,
he's not
but
just
look,
sticking to two guys.
like you saying, look, I'll put you over there now. If you stay over there, that's up to you. They ain't gonna
I'm
do me. I
dead.
put you,
I'm dead.
I put you over there. You know what I'm saying? I did my part. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do your 50, bro. I'm just saying.
Say,
Right.
hold on,
You know.
chat. Y'all can y'all hear me now? Was I low?
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
You was
because the
low.
chat was saying I was low. Am I still low?
Now
No, we
you
can
good
hear you.
now.
I'm good. Chat, I'm good. You can hear my voice. Alistair Gus to say I was low. My voice, my thing was low. Okay. David Grant,
And
what's happening? Yeah, go ahead. Y'all can finish. My bad.
oh yeah.
I just
So I just feel like, okay, like I understand they made it over there, you know what I'm saying? But I don't get me wrong, like I love Ty Ty. I was upset that he didn't get minutes. I love me some Ty Ty. I don't know why. Bro ain't showed me nothing. But when he got drafted, I was like, I like love him. I don't know why. But that's not the point. You go to OKC and you can't even grab a spot. Clearly, that
But
means
he,
you ain't nothing because that don't make sense.
they didn't even, ain't nothing happening. Like he didn't even play in summer league. I don't know. Is he injured? I don't know. Because I was actually surprised that they just kind of let him go.
We
Like,
both
Right.
Nah,
knew he
he
had
he's not
Tata
long
had
enough.
minutes,
He's not
man.
big enough. He's not
so
big enough to play for
what, man?
OKC.
Man, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little different. I just care about what you do on the court. I think we
Right.
a
Would
little
you?
bit too
Would
OCD with the his arm length and his vertical and his
no
height. And
no
man, if he come on the
no.
court and he a hooper and he getting buckets and
Okay.
he diamond people and playmaking, man, I don't care.
Okay. Do
His,
you play 2K? Do you play 2K?
I used to. I mean, I'm a little older. I'm like 35.
Okay.
I'll hop
Okay.
out
So
there every
so
once in a while, but
so you was playing 2K. Would Tata Washington be on your team if you could get Magic
come
and you could
on.
get
Oh,
Josh
come
Giddey?
on. Stop it. Stop it.
Right.
Okay,
So
well,
what I'm saying is
he can't be Josh Giddy backup. He can't back
why
up
would
Josh
you need
Giddy.
him? No, because you're
I
gonna
don't
put
get
Shea.
it. You know,
When Josh go out, you're gonna move Shea to the point guard, and you're gonna bring in a better shooting guard, a more defensive power shooting guard with with arm reach and strength.
no. You want Shea to be off ball. He just came off averaging 30. He off ball,
Right.
period. So you can have Ty passing the ball to Shea.
I
You know
like
what I'm
Tata. He remind me of
saying?
Elliot. He remind me of Elliot Perry, but those don't really work in the league no more.
Elliot
Like
Perry,
Jason
yeah.
Terry and Elliot Perry. You know what I mean?
Perry's and
But
guys like that. That's a good point.
I do got a
But
comp
I'm
for
but I mean
my comp for Go ahead, sis.
I do understand like why we got rid of them though. Like I do get it. But do I personally like it? No, but I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but so
I was
why are we gonna let go of Ty, but then we ended up signing Aaron Holiday?
I
That
think
facts.
shit
I
didn't make
think we
sense
should
to
have
me.
never even drafted Tata. I think we should have never probably even drafted Garuba.
But
I
then,
I think we
yeah,
should
what
have
we
we
gonna
should
do
have
with the picks though?
we should have traded those picks and actually got some veterans then, so we wouldn't be so far behind the
Mm,
curve. Like
I mean,
even if
but
Josh
I mean, I
Christopher
that's
get
smart
came,
you.
though.
Right.
That's actually smart.
But I
Yeah.
mean,
I like Garuba.
it's better late than never though. I mean, and that's
no,
probably why they got Aaron Holiday just to be a vet. Because people keep saying that Jeff Green not gonna play, but personally, I think that he's gonna play.
That
I
boy
don't
gonna
think that.
play. That boy
Yeah,
gonna
like
play. Please.
that.
He
Now, do
played.
I see
He
like
played big
Aaron
minutes
Holiday?
with Denver.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why I'm like okay, now I can see Aaron Holiday just sitting around because bro, like I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's a vet, so that's cool. You know what
well,
I'm saying? All right, whatever.
we ain't the only
Hey,
ones that got rid of Tata and Garuba. OKC let them go too.
Yeah,
facts.
Yeah, I
but
don't
you
get
know who
that
I wish?
part.
You know who
I
I
don't
wish
get
we would
it.
have kept? You know who I wish we would have
KJ,
kept? No,
KJ Martin.
Josh
no,
Christopher.
no.
I like
Ain't
Josh
nobody
Christopher.
humping around, man. Ain't nobody humping
We
I
got
around.
two.
did.
Some people don't like Josh
I'm
No,
Christopher,
don't
dead.
do
bro.
that.
Hey, pause, bro. Pause. Right.
Okay,
Pause.
so like I cannot. Okay, no. I wish we would have kept Patty Mills because every time when I used to watch
Mm,
him in the
some
Spurs,
cheating.
he used to always like. I used to hate when the ball got to him. I was like, "Damn, it's about to go in!" Like, but then when we
Right.
got him, I was like, "Oh yes!" And then he's gone. I'm like,
Right.
why?
And Patty
Who are
Mills
Like
we
and
gonna
JJ
play him
Barea rock and
though?
skillers.
he really was
We
though.
I don't know how we gonna play him. That's the thing about him because we got Fred VanVleet, we got Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr. Y'all talking about having Kevin Porter Jr. come off the bench? Patty
But
Mills
that's
definitely
not.
ain't gonna
But
get no
that's.
minutes
But
at
no. But
all.
see, but if he's the first
We
person off
got
the bench.
man,
No, I
you
don't.
know,
I feel like Amen and Karen Whitmore should be like our wild cards. I feel like they should not let them
low
play. They should
key.
just let them develop. You
Go
know what
to
I'm
the
saying?
G League. Yeah,
Yeah,
go to the G
develop
League.
your game. And I
I
feel
agree with
like
that.
I Kevin Porter Jr. is a basket case, but I can't deny bro game. Like he a beast. Okay. So I want you
Yeah.
coming off the bench. I want you coming off the bench because them baskets go in, baby, every time. So come on off the bench. You be the first one. And that's just what it is. Cause with him and Jalen together, oh my God.
They
Yeah, you
both
gotta
gotta
have a
start.
basket case on the team. But you gotta have a basket case on the team. And I'm gonna tell you what we didn't do. Like who was that guy? Mayer was his name? Mayer that was in the summer league. We
Yeah,
didn't
Mayor.
sign him. And I was like,
You talking about that guard
yeah,
forward dude? He like 6'5" or 6'6" or
Nah,
something
he
like
was
that.
like
yeah,
six
yeah.
nine. Mayor like 6'9".
Oh,
Oh,
the
that was that one guy.
shooter.
The
Bro, that
Yeah,
the
was
he
that
white
could
one
guy.
shoot.
guy. That
Yeah,
one
he could
guy,
shoot the
that
ball.
mayor guy, I promise you,
He can
y'all
shoot.
gonna laugh.
Hey,
I promise you, when he came, and the first game, like he was good towards the end. No, no, that was not the
How's he
same
gonna
guy.
play though?
That's not the
How's he
same
gonna
guy.
play? That's the thing.
Anywhere where you can shoot like that,
We didn't
that's like
sign
He
him.
Luke
gonna.
Kennard.
I
Where'd
know,
he
but
go?
then it's like where the minutes gonna come from though?
nah,
Because he gonna
we
play in front
signed
of
Mayor.
Tari
We signed Mayor.
to a 2A, I
Yeah,
think.
we signed
We
Mayor. We got Mayor.
Who's
I
that
mean, let's
one
see,
guy?
man.
No, it was Duff. That one guy, Duff. I promise you, like,
Huff. Yeah,
I
Huff.
mean, yeah, me and Charlie was rolling because I was like, where'd he come from? Wherever he came from, he needs to go back. No, absolutely not.
You know the Nuggets.
He
The
was
Nuggets picked
terrible.
him up.
that's good rookie.
You said what?
The Nuggets picked him up. That's why he wasn't. He didn't finish playing with us.
Well, that's okay. We got Jeff Green. I hope it works for you. Good luck.
Jeff's
Because
Yeah.
gonna
that
be
man was
Jeff's gonna be
terrible.
huge, man. The person I'm really thinking about is Jabari.
Now, hey, I was gonna say, so with the Torrey Eason thing, okay, yeah.
I
No,
know he
okay.
not gonna
So
start at.
my
I know
comp for
he not
Torrey
gonna start
Eason, I
at
had two
four.
comps for Torrey Eason. I've been saying Ron Artest, and then I've been watching a lot of basketball.
EF, you stop.
So he
I
was.
think he stopped. Yeah, I think we lost him. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, what you was about to say,
Um,
just think.
no, I mean I know Tari Eason isn't gonna start, but I just wish he did. I don't like Dillon Brooks. I never did. I felt like he'd be
You
doing
know,
when he
I
was at Memphis, he'd be doing the most, man. And he's an overrated defender. He's overrated.
I don't
I
know, man.
mean,
He got second
He
team All
overrated.
NBA.
Man, they
I
got
mean,
Jared Jackson and they got Steven Adams. How you not? If you can't be a good defender with those two mountains behind you, you I don't know.
My problem with him
Jared
is he
Jackson
costs.
was a defensive player. He was a defensive player of the year. He led the league in blocks. Of course, you're gonna have a good defensive rating as a player. Your defender ain't gonna score. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I want to see him without a rim protector. To be real, I want to see him like, can he really play D? You know?
I don't want to see him without a rim protector on this squad. Though.
Exactly. See, because you know what
I,
I'm
I
talking
actually,
about.
I didn't like Dylan Brooks at first. I didn't want to stick it on, but I'm taking a liking to him. You know what I mean?
I think we need that that at least that guy that is going to play defense on the perimeter. We
Like somebody
really
Yeah,
has
do
to
be
be
right
like,
be
now.
a be an agitator. Talk about LeBron because I can't stand him. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I'm
why
okay
we
with
got
that.
no,
Ty
shut
Eason.
up about LeBron.
Talk about
But
LeBron all day
honestly
long.
though, I don't think he gonna finish the year as a starter because I think Ty Eason just gonna keep on getting better, and take
Well,
that
of course,
spot. To be
that's the
real,
plan. That's the plan for him, for Tari Eason to get better. But I'm just saying, like, I've taken a liking to him. Because I don't like. I'm from
you
LA,
know.
born and raised there, but I
Mm,
I
can't
I
stand
I
none
understand
of the
what
LA teams.
I understand what Just Think is saying, but we still gotta you know
yeah, we do.
we
You're
gotta
right.
look at it that this is politics really.
I know, and I hate it.
It's
You're
sixty
so right
percent
And
though.
I do
game.
feel like
I hate it
I
though.
do feel like
It
too
is
that a
what
lot
it
of
is,
that.
man.
a lot of it was I feel like part of the antics, like, yeah, he said stuff, I'm not gonna lie, he did. But I do feel like he was the only one that made that team, like, look bad. You know what I'm saying? So I
Is he
just,
gonna? My
It's
only
simply
fear
John
with
Morant.
him, I know, right? I feel like the with him, is he
and
gonna
you
be
notice,
like that garbage player, dude? Like that's what we need him to be. Because in Memphis, he's over here trying to be like a star, trying to shoot, trying to
well, of course,
score, and it's like, man,
it's a different
nah.
dynamic. Like, our whole culture is, like, different. Like, the way our team is different. So I don't see him doing that. I did like how when he had the interview, he talked about who he wanted to work with, which was awesome because it was a sense of, like, I'm not trying to take over. He understood his assignment. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that's good. But I do feel like a lot of the stage was set because of the star player. I do feel like there's things going on there that we don't all know about, and I feel like like the situation was flipped from Ja to him when really the whole, like, problems
Damn.
is Ja. Because if you look
Like
at
to
it,
get attention off a job type shit and
Man,
leave the
yeah,
she
rest
making
of
a
yeah,
that.
good
because,
point
like,
right there.
if you
That's
notice, they
deep.
talked about it. They talked about Ja in the media, like, just for a little while and then disappeared. Now you don't. Now everything's about Dillon Brooks now.
Damn, that is so deep.
Man, that's man.
Damn.
Shalice
I
spit
did
You
not
see
right
what
even
I'm
now.
think of
saying?
that shit.
Dang,
Shalice
so you
You
got
That's
see what
think
I'm
he did
deep.
saying?
all those antics to distract from Ja?
Because Ja
Yeah,
had the
yeah.
number
yeah.
one selling shoe. You know what I'm saying? He got the number one selling shoe. I know that for sure. He's very popular with like the youth. You know, all these little kids at AAU, they got dreads and stuff and be doing the
You
little
see what I'm
dance moves
saying?
with him. So he's
So
really
now you want to.
popular.
So now you want to take the
You want
attention off of
to
him,
take
and
him
then you get.
out.
Yeah,
His
you get rid of
dunks, his
Dylan
whole
Brooks.
play.
Yeah, you get rid
Yeah.
of Dylan Brooks. Just throw him out like trash, like he was the one doing anything, but he wasn't.
Damn.
The whole
He
time
wasn't
he was
doing
there with the
shit.
team.
But even now, he's still talking about LeBron. Like he had a quote recently, like,
But
"Oh,
who
I like."
cares? LeBron needs to be talked
Who
about. Go
cares?
retire. Go do something with yourself. Your son just got
But think
diagnosed with something.
about
Go
it
take care of
though.
him.
Like John Morant is doing some crash dummy shit, and we're not even talking about it. But Dylan Brooks has low key been very professional.
I
Right, and
mean,
You
don't get
to be
me
know,
fair,
wrong.
to be
Like,
fair,
he has.
Jalen, I mean, Ja did. He did get some
Yeah,
blowback
but the
yeah, but
from,
shift
not as
was
but
much.
kind
I
of.
But
don't
I
not.
think
see
it.
But
what she's
Yeah,
listen.
that's what I was
saying.
gonna
But
say. I
not
don't
as
think it
much.
was
But
much.
not as much as Dylan Brooks though. Like, now, look, like he said, some Dylan Brooks made a comment. Now everybody wants to say something about it. But have you heard anything really about Ja? No.
Maybe
Not
it's
It's
as
because
just
not
the
The
as
way it
much
was.
as
energy
of late.
the
Lakers
energy
fans being
shifted.
loud.
Yeah, it was as if they
Yeah.
tried, like, it was as if the Grizzlies, like, okay, because you were talking about LeBron, I'm gonna just throw you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna throw you out to kind of distract everybody from
Oh,
Ja
that's a
because it's my
dumbass
star.
reason too. That's
Yeah,
a dumbass
this is my
reason
star
too.
player. My
Damn.
star player's over here being, crazy, and I don't want my organization to look a certain way. So the one, I'm gonna just throw out the weak link, which really he's not the weak link, but because you talking smack, I'm just gonna throw you out because I feel like you shouldn't have said what you said. But in all reality, he didn't say nothing that was wrong. Ja is, I mean, LeBron is old. He's not saying something that's a lie. How old are you, sir? You look, when was you born? You old, bro.
But
It's just what it is.
it's so crazy. Damn, you just opened my mind. That's crazy because people literally were like, "This dude gonna go to China over some like some." He's just talking shit before a game. Is that really what we're talking about here?
That's what I'm saying. You see
And
what I'm saying? And now he makes another
damn,
smart.
that
Now
is
he makes
so
another
wild.
comment about LeBron. But think about it. In our reality, people gotta look at it. We just got me and Charlie just saw, I think, yesterday or this morning, about how Bronny just has a congenital heart defect. Like, something's wrong with
Yeah,
his heart.
thank God. Yeah, it's
Congenital means that
yeah.
you're born with that. So odds
I
are bro's not
know.
gonna play. I pray to God that his family wakes up and don't let him
No,
play.
they said he's gonna play.
No,
It's
and that's
actually not. That's what he gonna play. He's got to take some maybe like a little surgery. He'll be able to. He might be able to play second half of this year.
but see, but look, but if he
Yeah,
doesn't play, so that means LeBron is
he
gonna
shouldn't
retire.
play though.
He shouldn't. But it means that puts a time limit on LeBron because the only reason why LeBron is really staying in the league is to play with Bronny. If Bronny can't play, LeBron is gone. That's just
But
what it is.
from all indications, Bronny's gonna he's gonna be totally fine.
Well, I hope so
He's
because
gonna be
that's,
fine. Yeah, he's
I
gonna
don't
be
like
fine.
LeBron,
That's
but
it.
I was praying for his family. I don't like LeBron at all, but I was praying for his family because that's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? But still, like, bro is old. And then when y'all was talking about Anthony Davis, me and Charlie call Anthony Davis. We call Anthony Davis Plastic Man because he always hurt. He just made of plastic.
That's glass man. He always breaking
That's
something.
funny.
Yeah, But
but one
I don't
signing
think.
that
Hold on, hold
was
on, hold
talking
on,
about
hold
the.
on, hold
Oh,
on,
my bad.
JT. I don't think I got your whole takes on the awards though. Did you see the
Oh, you
beginning of
talking
the
about me?
stream? Yeah, just think.
I think the awards. Obviously, I think Kevin Porter Jr. is going to start, so he's not going to be six man.
So he's gonna
Um,
get most improved player.
I think Sengun is. I don't think he is.
Ooh, I like that one.
I think Sengun's going to get most. If we're smart and we're not stupid and we have common sense, we're going to play through Sengun, give him the ball every time we like. If we're on the offensive side, he has to get the ball, and Sengun got to play like 34, 35 minutes a game.
Dang, I don't
Like
see that happening.
I know, and that's so dumb. And I think the whole league thinks we're dumb for that.
Yeah,
I
but the
do.
problem that I have with Alfie is that like he fouls a lot though. Like I would see that if bro did not
He
like
a big
foul a
man
lot.
though. He a
I
big
know,
man. That's
but
what happens.
still,
I
I
think,
don't
He's a
know.
big
like I said
man.
the last stream, I think because it was a highway to the goal, and they didn't give Shangoon enough time to react and get in front of guys, that he had to almost foul a lot. And then when he goes up against like big guys, he was kind of still not as strong and not as tall to where he still had to foul a lot. Shangoon just
I
need to.
Yeah,
see.
he had to follow a lot just because of I think I talked about on the last stream. It's just about how we're switching some of our schemes, how we're positioning
Mm.
players and
Yeah,
telling them what to do on the defensive
Well,
end.
maybe, well, maybe
Because
with
Silas don't know
Ime,
shit about defense.
but
He's
that's
more
what
of
I'm
an
saying. Like
offensive
maybe
coach.
with Ime Udoka it'll be different. That's what I'm really hoping.
Yeah,
Like
I
these
think it's
little
gonna be
things.
totally different. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm hoping it gets better.
I think we gonna
Like
yeah.
see
Because
a better.
Sengun, he at least what I'm seeing with him in Turkey, he looks slimmer. He looks like he's 6'11", like for real now, and he just looks way more skilled.
yeah,
I'm
he
like,
does.
dude,
He
this
was balling
dude,
out. That
yeah, he
he
was
looked
balling out.
awesome. I
Like
love him.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, we gotta give him the ball. Period.
All he needs to do is
Like
just get his
if we're
shot
trying to
better.
win,
Like if his shot was a little bit better, oh, we'd be on fire. That's why I just need. Okay,
that's what
I
I
need Dillon
think. I
Brooks to
think
work on
his
his shot too, because he
Dillon
need to get
Brooks
better.
does not need to. He don't need to shoot the ball no more. Just let that go. I'm
You don't
done.
even you
Nah,
don't even want
I'm
him to
done.
shoot no shots, bro.
Max, man, max 8 shots. Don't shoot the
Somebody
ball.
said seven earlier.
No way. It's
Somebody
seven.
said seven.
Yeah, I
Okay,
really
well,
want to
can he
say
get good at
five.
those eight? Can he get good at those eight? Because they don't always go in. I need the
No,
So
eight to go in.
so
Like, can we get
question
good?
question for
I'm
you
done with him.
question
He's
for the
PJ
panel again.
Tucker.
So
He's PJ Tucker.
if he was concerned about his offensive usage on the Grizzlies, and he thinks he's coming to a younger team that needs
Bro, you
more.
see what I'm saying?
So, do you don't think he's gonna shoot more than he did when he was on the Grizzlies?
That's man, bro.
We can see
I
a
mean,
split.
yeah,
Just a fair point
Yeah,
to point out
it's
because
yeah,
a
he was
very
upset.
logical, very rational way to look at it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like,
he probably gonna shoot more than he did.
and
You
he's
So
know
not
who
a
I
good
like? You
shooter.
know who I really like from the Grizzlies out of everybody? Desmond Bain. That man
oh
right
yeah,
there.
he can
Oh
shoot.
my gosh.
He can shoot.
If we
He
could
is
have
a
one person on our team that could shoot like 40% from three, hopefully it's Kevin, but that's difficult. Mm,
Yeah,
that would be great. That would be great because that kind of take their team to the next level. They got a knockdown shooter like that that can also like score, play make a little bit.
but
That's why they gave him $200
Jalen's shot has
million.
gotten better though. I mean, it's
I don't believe
gotten
in Jay,
better.
bro. I don't believe in him.
hey now, man, you just think.
What?
Was you here when we watched the
Bradley
last
Bill.
stream?
He Bradley Bill. You
Was
said
Oh
you
what?
my god.
was you here when we watched the last stream?
Was I here? I don't think
When
I
we
was
seen
here.
the when we was watching the Rico
The
Hines
Rico
one.
thing?
He's still playing his same style.
Nah, but
I don't like that
he was hitting
style.
everything, bro. That dude was
Well,
Yeah,
hitting
yeah,
like
the
literally.
shooting was like, oh, like, okay, yeah, the shooting was better, and he looks physically bigger. He looks like more muscular. So I was like, we'll see, but he need that step back shit because he needs to be a dude have like a jab series. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like kind of how Kobe like did a little high post jab
But I
series,
but I
one
feel like
dribble
he
pull up. You
but
know
I feel
that
like
those
he
kind of
could.
guys are, this little dribble step back. You can't do that
Well,
But
I feel like
and be efficient.
he can do that, but I don't see it happening right now. Like because we're technically playing catch up. Like it,
I
all
don't
these
know.
things, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we playing catch up because we literally just were nothing, and all the time that he could have developed into having more in his bag, he doesn't have that. So now it's like, okay, I just have to get in where I fit in. I'm sure within like what, another year or two, then he could start picking up like things of his own. Like I feel like that about all of them.
He shot
I think
40,
Dylan was
41% from the
Hold on, we
field.
one
got
of
KP in here. What's up, KP?
Hey, what's up? I just want to say something real quick. Last year, Dillon Brooks, when he shot 50%, if you take away the last game, they went 18-1. So it's a, when he shot 50%, they went 18-1. So
Oh
if we can
wow.
get that, I'm good.
hey, I wanted to chime in too because Dylan Brooks, like if you look at Ime Udoka and the way Jalen Brown played, getting to the basket, catching the ball, going towards the basket, Dylan Brooks has a lot of the same um I want to say moves going because Jalen Brown is not a good ball handler, and I actually think Dylan Brooks going to the basket is effective, and attacking the rim with a lot of fierceness and ferocity, and just going up and slamming the ball. So I can see Dylan Brooks getting slashing and cutting to the basket and being an efficient shooter. From that aspect. So I think he'll be okay scoring and pulling up on the mid range, off the glass stuff like that. So as long as he's not being relegated to a catch and shoot 3-point shooter or a 3 and D guy, I think that was his biggest problem. It wasn't that his shooting wasn't a problem. It was that he's not a catch and shoot player. But if you give him the ball while he moving, I think he can be effective.
Hopefully, he just don't come over here just jacking up shots and being erratic with it. I don't
I
think Ime
know.
is gonna allow that anyway. Jeremy Miller, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel, my man. Good looking out. You just joined one of the best communities on YouTube, the Rockets Chop Shop community. Welcome, welcome everybody. Jeremy Miller to the Chop Shop family. Let's go, let's go. um, Now we've been going at it quite a little while. So we're gonna have to do some final takes right now. It's going on 12 o'clock. I do have to work in the morning. But what's up? So who want to start it off? Final take.
I'll get mine off right quick. I want to say, just think your starting lineup is whack. Uh, that's my
Funny.
that's my first that's my take. My other one that I was gonna say was two players that I think are Tari Eason. I've been confident to Ron Artest. I think the other player that he can actually be compared to that I think a lot of players don't get compared to, and I think that the fact that this popped into my mind speaks a lot of how good Tari Eason really can be. I think he's very comparable to Scottie Pippen. Okay, that's a take that I think that's very important. And lastly, if I don't know if 43 wins will get us a 6 seed, but I do think 43 wins, is about where I'm still there, and I do think that will get Emil Dopa Coach of the Year award. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Shalise, you got a final thing? I know you don't think nobody's gonna win no award. You haven't changed your mind on that? Shalise left?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Who's still in here with us? Um, just think or KP. One
Man.
of y'all up.
Now I'm
Okay.
here. It just think is that Silas Jr.
Yes, that's Silas Jr.
I didn't get to hear his
I'm
starting. I
dead,
didn't get
bro.
to hear his starting five, but look, I wouldn't be mad if KPJ started good, whoever out there practicing hard and whoever get the start, we're gonna see what it is. But I came in an hour and a half late, so when y'all do go off, I'm gonna go back and rewind it so I could check it out. But love the chop shop. Y'all keep it going, baby.
Appreciate that, KP. Appreciate that. Just think, you want to defend your honor, bro?
First of all, Kevin Porter Jr. is starting. We gotta all move on. Let it go.
No, you do. You gotta
We
move on.
gotta move on. Let it go. I know y'all gonna need some buckets to cry in, right? You know. Um, the starting lineup's gonna be Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr., Dillon Brooks, and Seth Curry.
Wow.
Mm.
They're
I
gonna
see.
start.
I don't
I
think
see why.
I really don't think I like the fact that you trying to bench my
I see
boy
why you say your
Jabari.
starting five is trash. That's weird.
They're gonna start. They're we're gonna start everyone that we're paying a lot of money to. hmm Number one, because we just talked about politics. It's not my personal starting five. I would replace Dylan Brooks with Eason or Jabari.
That's not bad.
Personally, individually, that's what I would do. Because I don't like Dylan Brooks. Like he need to be our sixth man. Shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Dylan Brooks need to be the sixth man.
that's how I personally feel like. That's what I personally feel like.
Did you
Especially
play
seeing how
basketball growing up?
yeah, I did.
Okay.
But Dylan Brooks, especially how he playing with Canada, he averaging like what 4 points a game or something, super mid. So
He playing defense
I don't
now.
know. Good. So he can play. He come out the bench, play defense.
Even your dog disagree with you.
That's personally. Realistically, we're paying Kevin and Dylan $20 million a year. They're gonna start. That's politics. Like that's the odd man out is gonna be Jabari because of how he played. Now, if you ball out in training camp, but I feel like how they played him in summer league is going to be an indication of how they kind of look at him, and they look at him kind of like a stretch big, but more so like a big that's gonna need post touches. So I don't know how you play him and Sengun on the court at the same time, but we'll see. I could be wrong. I'm
Yeah,
humble.
we'll see. We'll see. I still don't like you trying to bench my boy Jabari, but still, we gonna
I
move
know,
on. We gonna get past that. We gonna get past that. Nah, but you know how it is, man. Appreciate everybody for coming up, chopping it up with your boy Space on the Chop Shop. Y'all keep praying for my boy Frank, man. Good looking out, everybody coming up, everybody that joined. Like the stream on your way out. We do have like I look at our numbers, and like 60% of the people that watches our channel is not subscribed. So if you come in here and chop up with us, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. We be having people coming in and just hit the like button and give us it just boosts us up in the algorithm so more Rockets fans can come in here and chop it up with us, man. So appreciate everybody for coming out again. We gonna keep an eye on these awards throughout the season. Remember this stream. We will be revisiting this stream. So hope everybody remember who you had picked out. And I think I'm gonna go out on the limb and says if anybody do win the most improved player, it'll be Jabari, of course, because I think his bar was set so low that he can come up and actually make open some eyes because he looked so bad last year. But appreciate everybody for coming through, dropping by, chopping it up with you. We finna be up out of here. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go, Houston Rockets. We about what a month and some change away, a little bit over, to actually send some preseason games and getting some Rockets basketball popping, baby. So I'm excited. Everybody excited on the panel. Appreciate y'all for supporting us at the Chop Shop, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. See y'all later, man. Y'all.
One love. One love.
One love, KP. One love, EL. Just think, you still my ninja, baby. You still my ninja.
Hey,
Salutes,
hey.
man.
Shout out to
Already, man.
Rockets Chop Shop. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Y'all get at me, man. We gonna be up out of here. Let's go, Houston Rockets.